Lashing out the malice with a liminal stare. Threaten me with haste and I'll meet you down there. Bearing down the judgment and a wrath they will. Watch me as I twist into the face of fail. Writhing in the agony of my appetite. Starting out to languish at the light of my sins. Roaring out the road after my final heart. And it says the stories that we get in the dark. Blinded into pain, spent on my every heart. Go and let my shadow and devour the herd. Sacrifice what you never want. Wolfing down whatever good you got. Sharpest practice you can understand. My propensity for mail. You shed your shadow like you shed your skin. You're a goddamn snake, teach me how to sin. Rip the scales from your eyes, touch the cold hearts of men. Our vengeance is on, so you better start running. So you better start running. Sacrifice what you never want. Wolfing down whatever good you got. Sharpest practice you can understand. My propensity for nail. Calm down the thunder, well now you got it. Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens. Tired of your gas, I just got pistol and go to work. Said throw down, boy. You gotta do something or just stand there and bleed. You shed your shadow like you shed your skin. You're a goddamn snake, teach me how to sin. Rip the scales from your eyes, touch the cold hearts of men. Affection is hard, so you better start running. So you better start running.
3, 2, Mark. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. We appreciate y'all being here. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. Super excited to play some Dungeons and Dragons with the homies.
Heck
Yeah.
Hello.
Woo! Yeah, baby.
Hey, howdy here.
Well, let's go down the line. Say where we're from, say what we do, and well, not literally where you're from, like locationally, but like you know what I'm saying. Where people can find you online, what you do, and you know anything you'd like to shout out. Natalie, you go first. You're at the top, and then we'll go Omni, Elise, and Red.
Not much to say. Just you can catch me here on the only place I'm on right now. You have Twitter, but taking a brief hiatus. That's about it. Don't do a lot.
Oh, fair enough.
I am very busy with my external, so.
That's a big
I
move.
like that terminology though. Journal life. That's nice.
My non-virtual life.
Well, thank you for being here. I love you. Omni, where can we find you, buddy?
Oh boy. Hey everyone. I'm your once favorite robot American, the last Omnitech. You can find me at my Twitch at twitch.tv/TheLastOmnitech, all one word. You can find me at Twitter at the last Omnitect. Basically, you can find me everywhere at the last Omnitect. It's pretty on point and easy to get everywhere. It's only Xbox Live. I'm different, and I stream now 3 days a week, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, doing art streams on specifically Saturdays, where I do world building and crafting for all the settings I work with, including AS Legacy, soon Mouse Guard, and a couple of other things as well. And Wednesdays, I'm running Wilds of Glaswall every Wednesday at around 10:30-ish until about 12:45 to 12:30. So come tune in to see our first Let's Play of the Caltrop Core AS system. And Thursday, I have breakfast. I have the Breakfast Club, which is a casual hangout stream. Come in, bring some food, chillax with me as we do whatever, play video games, do art. No schedule, just fun. That's me.
Awesome. I'm mad that I have to work because I would love to hang out in those streams. But those are usually like the time of day that like I'm actually having to like do my job, like teach.
I get that. I will also be uploading all of those to YouTube. Every one of them to my YouTube on their own playlist, so you guys can catch up with them there as well.
Sweet. Well, very cool. Thank you for being here, Omni. Love you, dude.
Much love.
Elise, what's up, homie?
Hello, it me. I am Elise. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Van Helsing Art. That's like I said that last week. That's going to be changing soon because I am a business owner. I'm doing a rebrand. Yay!
Let's go. I'm an employee.
So y'all be on the lookout for that. I'm working on some cool things: a website, a blog, a shop, etc. And that's all I'm going to share for now.
Excellent. Well, very cool. Thank you for being here, Elise. Much love, dude. We really appreciate you. You're awesome. And I guess, Red, you can go ahead and say whatever the fuck you're going to say.
Hello, I'm Red. I'm the most important one. Since Derek saved me for last, of course I'm most important. Channeling Blunt already. I am Red. I'm at VA Redemption. I'm one of the 3 primary colors. I almost forgot that.
Can't forget that one.
Can't forget that one. I'm a published author. I'm a hack. I'm a fraud. I'm a streamer on Twitch. You can find me Redemption VA on Wednesdays, where I'm playing The Walking Dead. I'm on episode 4 of the first season, so second to last episode. And man, if you want to watch me cry, stay tuned, because it's gonna get bad. And on Fridays, I generally play Magic the Gathering. Might change that up to a variety stream, just like Magic, etc. type stuff. But we will see. But yeah, if you want to support me directly, if you really like this guy. I wrote that book, and it is up for pre-order right now, and you can get it on Amazon for just $9. It is a book that I put a lot of heart and soul into, mostly because it was my first. So, yeah, that's me, I guess.
My boy, published author. Let's fucking go!
Woo!
Good stuff.
Hell yeah,
Also
man.
Elise's employee. So.
Yeah,
Also
you're my
working
only
for-
employee.
Also worked for Elise. Woo!
Yeah, baby, 95, hardly working and working hardly.
Let's go. That's awesome though, dude. I'm super stoked. I can't wait for it to. I think I ordered the Kindle version. That's all you can order. So I can't wait for it to be delivered to my PDFs so I can read it.
Oh yeah.
That's sick.
Well, thank you for being here, man. Much love to you. Much love to you. It's your boy. Yeah. Oh, got it. I'm very excited for us to play tonight. I have a small little shout out before we get started. Aeon Bar Cartography made one of the maps that we used last week. I mentioned them before, but I don't remember if I shouted it out during the stream, so I wanted to make sure that I took some time to do that this time. And one of the maps that we will be seeing tonight, they also made. So, shoutouts to Aeon Bar. Subscribe to their Patreon. Fantastic work. Like all of the Curse of Strahd maps done pretty much in Incarnate assets, and then some post-processing stuff done as well. Looks fantastic. Love the maps. They're really good. And yeah, super duper recommended. But without any further ado, who would like to start us off for what happened last time?
Ooh, me.
Go, go, go!
Yes.
Go, go, go.
Vaunt started a fight in the tavern. He was being incredibly rude to my character. Yes, he was, and he got his ass handed to him justly.
Well, you put me in a pocket with a bird. Congratulations.
Yeah, I could have done a lot worse,
Oh yeah, like put me in a pocket with 2 birds.
or hit you for like 50 necrotic damage.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's more hit points than you have.
Yeah.
True, you do have countermeasures. Good point.
I have many countermeasures.
That is very true.
Anyway,
Yeah,
we were allowed to like take off to a cottage, which was basically like a pocket dimension from the summer court. I will let other people catch up on what their characters did, but Kira had a talk with Whisper and discovered that Whisper was actually a what was the word for what they actually are?
Death
the
priest.
The death priest.
Mhm.
Death priest, that's what it was. Whisper is a death priest amongst the Drow, and that their father saved them from the Underdark because their high priestess mother would have killed them.
Whoa, then.
He wants to tell his part of the story too.
Sorry.
He wants inspiration.
Shit out of me.
What was that?
My
An
wolfie.
adorable doggo.
Oh, he scared me.
That sounds like a noise that I would make. I'm gonna record that.
Yeah, I thought it was a chat alert.
Sorry, Elise. Sorry, Red.
You're fine.
He's letting us know he wants to play.
I want to play too.
So you were saying?
They had a talk. I see the baby. Yes, baby. And Kira was just trying to reassure them that they weren't alone and that they understood, etc., etc. So Whisper threw out their amulet of Lulth, and fucking, was it Will? Cashed in like 25,000 points for a divine intervention.
Yep.
So we're gonna be seeing some repercussions from Whisper throwing away their amulet.
There are murmurings in secret parts of the Discord. I'll
Also,
say
for the record,
that.
Whisper is my apprentice. Just in case anyone out there is curious, is actually Ashwell's apprentice.
Yep.
Continue. My apologies.
And that's it on Kira's end for the most part, and I'll let everybody else catch up on their own characters.
So I'll go next because mine kind of segues into that. When we arrived to the summer courts, Zarn's memory was jogged that Ashwell had mentioned something about looking for Whisper's father, and Zarn has a feeling she knows who that is. After we had a meeting together, Ashwell sighed and let him know that the last time she went to summer ran into a drow named Debbie who used to be Whisper's. Got him up on
Ah, yes, Debbie the Drow.
the drow.
Yeah, he's a drowner.
Maybe one day you'll learn how he got that name.
Okay, very good. Omni, do you want to go next, or Red? Whoever.
I'll let Red go next.
Oh yeah, that's right. Youth before beauty. So that was a compliment.
Yeah, I was about to say, hey, that was like the nicest
actually,
thing
yeah,
you've
no.
ever said to Omni.
Backhanded
You're fucking
compliment.
old. You're withering. Anyway, so,
And yet I'm still gorgeous.
Still with it.
Vaughn didn't really talk to anybody at the cabin, so he just sort of like hung out by himself, doing wizardly things, like writing and reading.
I think
What
you
did you
did get
expect?
bothered by that one guy. Right when he
Darvin.
walked in, kind of drunk, Darvin.
Yeah.
See, like I get bothered by like everything, so it's hard to like pinpoint things. So yeah, Vaughn started that fight, obviously. Well, she started the fight. Vaughn was just continuing it. and you know, like defending his honor and what have you.
Clearly.
And then the wretched creature that is known as Kira cheated in our spar, and Vaughn is holding it against them dearly. At least
Wretched
outwardly.
creature.
The wretched spawn known as Kira. But the most clear thing I remember is that Vaughn, they were not wandering, they were following the road, and it was raining really bad, and then Vaughn saw the gray render, and then he had a little neuron activation. He's like, we need to protect that thing, because he immediately identified what it was and what it could do, and what it was capable of. And then he tried his absolute damnedest to save the thing, and then it simped for Ashwell. So Vaughn is not in a good mood right now.
Yep. And that, I think, is where I'll intervene. Just the tiny little bit. Also, hey, Shannon. How you doing, buddy? And also JJ. So...
Hi, JJ.
I guess the best thing I could do is just, like, run in behind and, like, plug in a couple of things I didn't mention. Kira is now officially part of the party after our interesting meeting, which, in fairness, I started that fight, for the record, because I threw an olive in the back of Kira's head, making it look like Vaughn did it. And that Ashwell kind of incited that to show Whisper a great way to distract your opponents. And also maybe occasionally humble people with means you don't necessarily possess of your own. Which turned into an interesting conversation. We found out that actually they were there to help us. And eventually, as the episode went on, pretty much everything else happened exactly as said. At the end, the big fight was a Grey Runner being attacked by giants, and what was it again? Bugbears? Was what it was?
It was a. It was an
What?
ogre.
Why did I leave
Yeah,
out the gray render? God, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, you got to give some for the rest of us.
Yeah. And Ashwell and everyone else fought really hard, and at the end, whatever it is that is pulling Ashwell forward through his guitars, the Sundered Song, was what connected with the Grey Render. Not necessarily, he just kind of was the go-between. So now he's just by proxy connected.
I'm actually getting a note from my producer right now. It says Ashwell a hoe.
That is pretty much it, yeah. And I recall specifically hearing that I needed an Arcana check, and I needed a nat 20, and I was like, what anyway, just in case it just doesn't work. And it was apparently a nat 20.
It was.
So, yes, there you go. That's me.
I did drag it into chat afterwards, so you knew that I wasn't bullshitting.
I believe
I
it.
meant to, if I didn't apply. I know it was a nat 20, because I'll never forget the look on Audie's face.
Yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. And then just, okay.
That's all you
I guess I'm
You
I guess
like,
I'm turning into Boba Fett now. I have a Rancor. I'm like this close. I can use a jetpack. And I'm good.
Yeah, I can't wait till you have like an obnoxiously, unreasonably happy ending.
An unreasonably happy ending with a very loosely tied together story that's not really. It's like 30% not about me. Anyway,
That show was just not that great. Like it just
Yeah.
wasn't.
well, inspiration all around. Wonderful job, everybody. Thank you for the fantastic recap. Let's get on into it. We're going to go right on back to the same map in which we were just on.
heck yeah.
Map.
Oop, it's chugging. Uh-oh.
Chugging.
You can do it, Fantasy Grounds. I believe in
You can do it, Fuku. I believe in you.
Even the me that believes in you.
you. Hey. Alright, so. Could I please get perception checks from the party immediately coming into the session? Just go ahead and roll those into the dice tower for me, and I will narrate the opening.
Sure thing, boss.
So as the last of your foes have been felled, dealt mortal wounds, or otherwise just completely dispatched, the young Grey Render has activated some kind of light behind its eyes. It's glowing with that same effervescent purple that you've seen that kind of like leaks out of the guitars that Ashwell wields, and it is instantly gone from this upright position where it was like slamming both of its paws down like on top of the bugbears that surround it. Like even though they were all dead, it was just like marring them continuously and then like ripping and tearing with its mouth. The second that light hits its eyes, it kind of like starts to leak out in the same way into the surrounding air, and it goes down onto its butt, kind of like a puppy, except that its physiology is not jointed in the same way. So it's like got its legs splayed out like a person might, but it's got its two paws like in front of it, and it makes this strange undulating noise. This, and though it is loud, and though it is quite, I'll say, distracting, Kira, you can see one of the hobgoblins that Zarn dealt crippling wounds to. It's like missing a leg, and it's trying very weakly to like crawl away on the ground.
Okay. Kira's gonna take their staff, put the base of the staff on the thing's back, and kind of shove it onto the ground. What were you doing out here with this creature?
It says something in garbled Undercommon. Do you speak Undercommon?
I do not.
Okay, then I will type it into chat, and if anybody does speak it, then you will...
I wonder what Undercommon sounds like.
I'll answer that question in just a second. It sounds like...
Honestly, if you just sound it out.
Just try enunciating a little bit more.
Yeah, just sound it out. You'll figure it out.
Not recognize that like.
Does anyone understand that language in the party?
Vaughn speaks deeper languages.
Well, that's half correct, because Omni did bring Whisper, and Whisper definitely speaks Undercommon.
Alright, Whisper, get in here.
He says, Kugoth wants special creatures. He eats them to try to take their powers.
Kugoth is the fellow that we're looking for.
Oh.
The one, the Ken Eater.
Sorry, was I supposed to know that? My bad, guys.
Well, I certainly don't know that.
Vaughn's, yeah, no, Vaughn didn't tell Kira. He did tell the rest of the party, though.
I wasn't paying attention, as I often do when Vaughn speaks.
That's fine. You know what? I can't even... You know, that's fine. That's understandable. Kugoth is a Ken Eater. Derek, what direction was he crawling in?
It is hard to tell, but I'll say off to the northeast, if like you're following his blood trail, northeast. Off the road, definitely.
Vaughn would just point with his staff. Probably that way.
So while this is happening, Ashwell, the Grey Render, is just making this deep, undulating, cooing noise at you.
Ashwell is slowly going to extend a hand and just sort of like pat it as best as it could on like its nose, just like a comforting kind of like rest like now kind of pat. He's not saying anything. He's kind of enthralled. His eyes are still glowing a little bit as he holds the guitars, and just sort of like trying to feel out this strange connection to this new creature, see what it means. This really is his first brush with magic of any kind.
It sniffs the guitars, and then, like a cat, it rubs its oddly shaped head against so hard that it starts to draw this strange silvery blue blood that trickles down, but it doesn't seem to bother the creature at all. It just, like it's scratching itself on something stiff the way that a cat might do so on like a cactus.
You just kind of hold it there and let it do its thing. Just keep gently petting it.
It gets up incredibly quickly, and suddenly it's on top of you. It's got you knocked down and pinned beneath the sheer mass. You couldn't even guess to wager how heavy something like this is. It looks about the size of a adult gorilla, but it's like so much denser, it feels like. In the bony carapace of this thing's like forming exoskeleton is crushing the wind out from under you. It starts digging down and forming this kind of like trench in the ground before picking you up and then like rolling around and giving you a big old bear hug.
At first, Ash will be like, I'm not sure, okay. Well, this is, Oh, okay. This is preferable to what was going on a few minutes ago. Good creature. He's just going to gently pat it, try to massage its stomach a little bit, like, okay, relax. I'm all right. You can let go of me. At least mostly in his head, anyhow. I don't think he's really saying it out loud, but he's kind of like thinking it as like a rest, good, lighter, like slightly less strong grip, please. That's really all he's thinking right now. He's trying to still feel out this interesting bond and how he's sort of now tied to it.
The thought seems to trigger something within this creature, and you can feel ever so slightly the pressure lets up.
Oh, so you listen. And he's going to slowly turn around so that he's sort of sitting on this thing's chest as the arms are wrapped around him, just kind of like, okay. This I think we can work with.
So all of the rest of you guys see this happening, by the way. You also see the bugbear bodies that it drags down into the earth and starts churning around its back on and like making this big mush of like bloody meaty paste.
I love you,
Kira's
Ashwell, but you're on your own.
Yeah, we're gonna step away.
Vaughn's gonna give you a very, like, I don't know how to describe this in a way that it's very uncharacteristic of Vaughn. He doesn't look at you spitefully, he just kind of, like, looks at you like he's just, has this incredible look of jealousy on his face, and he starts walking in the direction of, like, where the blood trail is heading. He's headed to the northeast or the northwest?
Northeast.
Okay, so Vaughn's just gonna step around and head northeast just by himself. He just doesn't care, he just wants to be away from this.
Marshall's going to kind of follow Vaughn with his eyes as he walks away, just sort of like, it's a note for later. Yeah, I think I got it under control here. I think we got this, guys. Just good. What was this creature called again?
Renda? Was it a Renda?
Sort of massages like the side of its head a little bit and sort of just like gives it like a relax kind of, not a command, but like a, sort of, again, thinks it the same way he did before with like the ease up, and sort of like a, let's see if this works, kind of like a relax, rest, like not quite fall asleep, but like head to ground, chill out.
Yeah, chill.
Yeah. And sees if it works.
It's like you're having a one-way conversation with something that's just not quite capable of conversing, but you understand that it understands you. And you can feel your hands get very cold wrapped around the guitars. Like there's this psionic hoarfrost that's forming on your fingertips. And the creature obeys.
Slowly, he's going to stand up and slide down off the side of it and turn around and just put his head on the side of its jowls, just kind of scratch it and let it be, and just sort of relinquish his command over it somewhat. Just like give it no orders, just like the last standing order, just be rest, you've been through a lot. And turn and to everyone else, just sort of say, I think I got the hang of this, or the beginnings, anyhow. It's like it's kind of up here already. Gentle, almost like a dog, kind of.
It starts eating the meaty paste, like, and bits of the ground with it, like just opening its maw wide, scooping up the earth and gunk. And...
He's gonna pull his hand back a little bit and be like, it is very much like a dog.
Before you walk off, Kira, what do you do about the bugbear?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Are they going to answer any more questions? Or...
Whisper says, what do you want me to ask?
Who is this Kugoth? What is... Whom do they speak? And what relevance do they have?
There's a brief conversation. The creature is very pained, and you can tell that it's on its last legs. It's bleeding out through the wound that Zarn dealt him. And when Whisper begins speaking to you again, they say, Kugoth comes from the Underdark. He slayed the Black Dragon, but it cost him his army. Took that creature's jaw, and he has declared to Gothan some holy war, their kind, service. He came out of the Great Crag, I think is what Bugbear said, and they've just been slaughtering, and he's been growing power.
What is Kugoth?
The creature begins laughing, as it, for the most part, understood what your question was, and he spits blood at you, but he's down at like a bad angle, so it just hits like the hem of your cloak. And the word that he says, all of you can understand. Troll.
So, what is he?
Troll. He says troll, sorry, if I'm saying it too fast.
Troll, sorry, no, sorry.
The mic might not have picked it up, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Making notes.
So Zarn, or I'm sorry, god damn it, I'm going to stop doing it, okay? I promise. Vaunt, as you are walking off, you see Darvin next to you, like, on his way over to Zarn to make sure that she's okay. Are you off somewhere?
Vaughn is going to do something that is very out of character for him, and he's not going to say anything at all, and he's going to keep walking.
I can take a look at... Oh, okay.
He is battered and bruised and bleeding, but he is just walking with intent.
Kira did top everybody off for the most part.
What did you heal him
Did we roll healing
already-
spells already?
Yeah, I already applied it, so you should be at like 3/4 health or something.
Oh, okay, yes, that is correct. So as Vaughn walks off, Darvin comes over to Uzarn and goes, "Oh, you guys are so fast." And he places his healing on you using one of his retainer abilities. He heals you for an additional 15 points.
The render still bad in shape.
No, so the render has, by this point, completely mended its wounds. It is not even remotely looking like it was in battle a few moments ago.
Darvin and try and keep up.
Alright. So do we continue onwards?
Ashwell will, after the creatures had a moment to sort of eat, and once everyone starts moving, he's going to put his hand on it again, holding the guitar. Just think at it. Follow. Stay off path. Quiet, or like as quiet as it can. And he sort of lets his hand off of it, and sort of wills through the guitar as best he can to command it.
So the creature follows. It does not stay off the path, and it is a big lumbering mass that if there's like a small tree in the way, it literally just walks over it. Like just straight through it, just like no fucks given. The complex thought of path does not seem to be something that this creature is capable of abstracting. It hears follow, and it says, "I can do that," and it follows as best as it can, which is even through shit.
That's fair. As they walk, Ashwell just sort of turns towards Zarn and Kira and just kind of shrugs. It's listening. It's just not. It's not really enough there to take advanced commands, from what I can tell. Sweet though. I think I'm gonna call it Hugger.
Hugger it
That
is.
seems an appropriate name. Though might I suggest loud creature instead?
All right. I put something in your traits, Ashwell. It is your boy.
I see.
Your boy.
So it's saying module attempting to. Okay, there we go. Yeah, young gray render NPC Hugger. I love it. So how does this work? Do I just drag it onto the table and it just sort of puts it there, or is that like
you can
a
see
sheet?
its stats? As far as I know, there's no way for you to be able to use its stat block that I know
Yeah.
of, but that is its stats, and you can see what it does.
Okay. It's giving me all sorts of guff on fantasy grounds for now, but I will see if I can make that work next time. I don't want it to freeze the whole thing up, like it
Okay.
seems to be trying to do.
Maybe it was because I was editing it. Try closing your character sheet and reloading it.
Okay.
I was putting a
The
name on
abyss
it.
wanes. May their aim be true.
Thank you, Wolfie. Appreciate the bless.
Ooh.
Siak.
Much love, dude.
Heck yeah.
Is it working for you now?
I'm gonna restart that right now, see if it will. Great render, PC Hugger. There we go. Yes, it's got it. Holy crow! What a tank! Wow. All right.
Chunky.
Jeez, yeah,
If
no.
you feel like sharing it with the rest of your homies, you should be able to just drag that into the chat bar.
I absolutely will. You all should know how this thing works. Only records you own can be shared. I can't do that, apparently. If you want to drag it in there, though, I will happily share it with them. Man, what a tank. We really did get we did get a Rancor, straight up.
I wish to see the chunky baby.
Yes, the thickest of boys. Or girls. Or
Ooh.
beings.
It is asexual. Actually, these things, Vaughn would know, these things produce by just like, when they mature, a bud of them falls off, and it will eventually sprout into another gray render.
Oh my god, they're orcs. They're terrifying orcs. I love them.
Yuck.
Yeah, perfect. Beautiful beast.
So does anybody else have anything they want to do before we move into the next scene?
I'm gonna put this bugbear out of its misery if it hasn't died already.
It is bleeding out. How do you kill it?
Scythe. I'm just gonna relieve its head from its shoulders.
It is quite soundless and quick as your practiced hand severs its blade, or severs its head from its neck, and the bugbear is no more.
Good riddance.
Nods in approval as he sees it.
Okay. So the party continues onwards. I will drag this back here so we can see how we go. And we will put... Who wants to be on? Do we want to make it Vaughn? Or do we want to make it...
Yeah.
Make it Vaughn since he's pouting.
He was the one at the front.
So, that was within the first leg of your day. The party continues onwards on their journey. By the time that you come to a good stopping point for the evening, you have reached the outskirts of a small town. When you arrive, it seems as though the inn is completely full. There are even like people with tents and such set outside of it around caravans, the lights of their fires burning hot in all of your dark vision coming out of the dimness of the night. When you speak to the purveyor of the tavern or what have you, you find it very difficult to find anywhere to sit, to eat, drink, and the tavern owner says that they don't have any rooms. They're very unfortunate to say.
Oh, don't tell me we're gonna have to camp on the outskirts of town.
I do a station poll to try and locate someone here.
Yeah. So after asking around in the tavern, you find that there's no one here specifically who has a room for you to rent, but
Not to rent. I'm just looking for someone who's currently renting a room.
oh, you're looking for someone who is currently renting a room themselves. Now I understand.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty easy. It seems like it's probably somebody who hasn't really left their seat in a while, or if they have, they've asked somebody to watch it for them as they went to relieve themselves and come back. You can see like the room key jangling around in their pocket, the soft leather loop around it, sticking out their pants.
What does this person look like?
It's a middle-aged man. Around him is a retinue of caravan guards. most of which have been drinking for a good portion of time now.
I'm gonna go up to him and try and look my meanest. No, that's not the right approach. I don't know. I'm just gonna go up to him. We'll start with that.
As you approach the man, he looks you up and down and says, "Oh, what's this then? Looking for work?"
Maybe.
"Well, not often I see someone clad in as astute a plate as yours. You studied, eh? Made it yourself, I bet."
Oh.
"Oh, don't tell me that. Come on."
Sure, okay.
"See, that's a real warrior right there. I told you when they came in. That one makes their own arms, uses their own weapons. An honest soldier."
Honest soldier with nowhere to sleep tonight. Oh, man.
You rolled a 19 on the investigation for a total of 22. What can I do?
Just a lonely soldier with nowhere to lay their head for the night. Alas.
"Well, I could maybe take you on as retainer. Do you know where we're going there, miss?"
No. Not exactly.
"We're headed down the Great Crag. We're going to resupply Talia's army.
Oh,
They'll
yeah.
pay us premium for what we got."
Oh, yeah. Love that lady. Yes, I will gladly join your retinue.
"Ha! Wonderful!" He pulls out a bag of coin. "Here's 50 now. You'll get 50 more when we get down, and another 100 when we make it back."
Yes, that will definitely be happening. Most assuredly. Thank you, kind master who I now serve. Okay, bye now.
He says to who you assume is probably the ranking officer of his guards, "You, Key." "Really?" "Aye. She's way more well equipped than you. I trust her better. She gets the room. You'll sleep outside with the dogs."
That's right, you will.
Reluctantly,
My master's favorite.
the man hands over the key, but he scowls at you as the caravan master hands it to you.
Right, I'm in charge now. I'm gonna have your job.
Oh my god.
There's a joke there, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
I take my key, I walk off, look at the rest of the party, and say, "Well, I got my room. What are you guys doing?"
Kira just looks offended.
Ashwell's just kind of impressed.
Zorn's like,
Honestly.
"Can I maybe sleep at the foot of your bed, Master Zorn?"
Darvin, but
Well, sorry, what did I say?
you said Zarn.
God damn it. Darvin asks, "Master Zorn, may I sleep at the foot of your bed?"
I'll consider it.
"Yes."
Yeah.
As we start getting closer to the town, Ashwell's going to will Hugger to stay outside of town, like stay out of the town. And if it doesn't understand that, like if it starts moving towards the town, he's gonna be like, "Stay here," and just like kind of a general away from here gesture. Are there like walls for this place?
No.
Okay. Is there a clear delineation between the woods and the town, though?
Not clear necessarily. It's really densely forested here, and it's not a very big town. It's very, very new. It's part of Talia's promise. It's just like a small little spat that's incorporated. So not really. It's still kind of the only trees that they chop down are literally the ones that they made the buildings out of around here. They don't farm here.
Damn. If that's the case, then yeah, he's just gonna tell it to rest here, and he's gonna choose a tree well outside the town, and be like, "I'll be back." So that's the goal anyway. Is please fucking rest here and don't distress people.
I'm gonna need an Arcana check.
Oh, good luck with that shit. Let's see. Arcana. What up?
No, you tell it stay here. You know, like you're pointing, like stay at this tree, or whatever words that it is that you're using aren't really important because it does not understand the concept of stay away from you. It hounds your footsteps. It is on you like glue.
He's gonna walk to the edge of the town, look at the town, look back at the gray render, look at the town again, and just go, I guess I'll just stay here, guys. I'll meet you in the morning.
Do I need to stay with you, Ashwell? Whisper asks.
He looks over at Whisper and... actually, I think that'd be nice. Yeah.
Kind of like a look of disappointment crosses their face for a moment.
the second they do that, Ashwell's gonna hold a hand up. Only if you wanted to. If you want to get some rest in the town, I'm not going to take it personally. Go ahead, relax, find someone comfortable to put yourself up with. I'm not your dad. I'm not going to hound you for not wanting to camp with me. Go relax.
It's nothing personal. It's just
It's okay.
The wilderness sucks. Okay. All these stories of heroes trudging off through the woods to fight dragons and shit. Okay, we fought bugbears. Those things suck.
Yeah,
these are like the most peaceful lands, like probably in Ismira. This sucks. I want to go home.
Ashwell's gonna slowly walk up and just put hands on Whisper's shoulders. It's okay. One step at a time. We're all gonna get there together. You go with them, and he's gonna point at the party. Go with them. Make sure they don't get into any trouble that I wouldn't have gotten them into. And I'll see you in the morning. Come out to this part of town. I'll be ready. And I'll walk around town and meet you folks on the other side. Okay? Something tells me I'm going to be safer with this guy anyway, as he gestures towards Hugger, than I think anyone in that town would make me safe. So.
They nod. Okay. Thanks. And continues off with the party.
Turns around and looks at Hugger. Now let's get to working on a lean-to big enough for you to, I don't know, do you even care? And he's just gonna start, like, wandering off through the woods to try to gather materials for a shelter.
What? The last thing that I'll say before we switch back to the tavern is, whatever shelter that you make, he just destroys by wrapping around you when he goes to sleep. He curls up in like this big ball, and though he's like cold when you touch him, like you do get this like warmth of heat radiating on you, especially like when it goes to sleep. It gets like hot, like you're sleeping next to a fire. Not like burning you hot, but like you're sleeping next to a fire. Super comfortable to where you're probably like sweating a little bit actually.
That's actually
miserable.
Great. Yeah.
Miserable. That sounds like misery. I like being cold when I sleep.
Oh, I do too. Yeah, we can see, like, I think the last thing that we see as the camera pans up is, like, steam rising off of Hugger's back as he sleeps. And, yeah, we'll come back in on the tavern. What are y'all doing?
I'm relaxing with a drink because I've accomplished my mission.
Vaughn's gonna have a look around the town, see if there's anywhere that's, like, less occupied.
So, as I said, it's a pretty new town. Most of the buildings here seem to be residences. There's like a official government building here that is probably just like where the Council of Elders meets to, you know, vote on town issues. But again, there's not really any farming, so it's more of a like waypoint town. They seem to be living off of trade. There's shops here and there. You find some like alchemist shops. There's a blacksmith. There's a number of whatever you might feasibly need, save like a magic item store or something. But as far as like less occupied, go ahead and give me an investigation roll, and I'll tell you what you find.
Okay.
You find a barn. It seems to be for horses off the road. Like it was probably the first stables that they built here, but when you take a look around inside, it doesn't seem like there's any animals in there. Nobody seems to have been there for a while.
Alright. I'll just go to the highest point and chill out there.
As you're... Are you, like, making down for the evening, basically?
Yeah.
As you're, getting comfortable as you can feel this heat in your chest, softly, like, pulsing. And then in a moment, you recognize that it's your own heartbeat swelling within. Like, have you ever had, 2 Red Bulls in a day?
If you're asking if I've had heart palpitations, yes.
Yeah, that's what it feels like, but it's also with, like, this heat that's coming in those same waves. And when you, like, take your shirt and kind of, like, pull it down, you can see the tattooed markings, that circular band on the inside of those abyssal runes is burning with that heat in that same, like, timing, red hot, before going back to black.
And the Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes that day.
I feel like I got an email. Or an iMail, rather, infernal mail. Maybe I should summon the Orobus and talk to him, because... So I'll do that.
Is your familiar currently summoned?
Not currently. They're dismissed
Okay.
at the moment.
So you summon the Orobus. What does it look like when you perform this ritual, or are you just doing it as an action? Like,
I'll
because
just
the
do
reason
it.
that I'm asking is because if you're doing it as a ritual, you would know that you could bind it if you make the right markings in the ground, and then you would have it at an advantage. If you just use it as an action, I mean, it did kind of tell you only bring me out when there's shit to kill. So I'm letting you know that you would absolutely know those two aspects of what's going on.
Okay. Well, in that case, he's going to use it as a ritual. Because this thing's probably going to want to kill something if I don't just bind it. So I'm going to methodically pull out my chalks and what have you and draw a circle on the ground and get together my wicker effigy and set it in the center, and I'm going to set it ablaze, and I'm just going to go sit against the barn wall just like a good couple of feet from it. I'm just going to sit down cross-legged and wait.
The markings all along your skin feel so hot that it's going to, like, burn down to your bones. And one instant you have the tattoos, in the next it's like something unlocked. All of the spirals and scripted markings that cover you sink down into the middle, and like a mechanism, the circle turns in your chest, and there is this burning hot fire from within. It leaps out to manifest in the center of the circle that you bound it to, and with a demonic screech and roar that sends all manner of woodland creatures in the few-mile radius scattering and away in fear, of primal fear. The Orobos is heaving. Why did you fail to
that for me.
Catch what?
I didn't hear that.
Catch what?
The render.
Is that what you're concerned about? The render?
I see your desire. I desire to what thou want.
Well, I fear that desire is not as strong as the bonds of magic.
He shrieks again, and it's this long, baleful tone that, what? Oh, I need to move it. Because I need to be able to move. When he's making this noise, you feel this pull, like, deep within the well of your chest that's like, it's your want. He's mad about it because you're mad about it.
Is that why you wanted to speak to me? About this? About a carnal desire? Not carnal, Jesus. I don't want to fuck the
You
render.
want that? You can have it.
Don't fuck the puppy.
Fuck the puppy. What's the word I'm thinking
God, please don't get the stream flagged.
of? No, no.
It's not a puppy.
Worst things have been said on stream.
Yes.
Let's see. What's the word I'm
Carnal
thinking
desire, that's funny.
of? Was carnal the word I was thinking of?
Material is probably what you're...
Yeah, probably material. Forgive me. It's one of those evenings.
Oh, you're
Good
good.
mood.
That'll make for a good clip, at least.
When the Orobos speaks again, it's this low intonation.
Your desires are unclear. What you set your heart upon, so will be mine. I need a focus.
This being of pure chaos, indeterminate, is begging you for something to aspire to. It's demanding that you shackle it to something that you want. It's without purpose, and because of that, it's going mad, locked within your skin.
It's kind of funny, though, if you think about it. like Vaughn's is, like, very arrogant and, like, condescending prick, but, like, he knows everything, but he doesn't know what he wants. So, and Vaughn sort of has that realization. He's just, like, sitting there, and he, like, slumps, and he rests his chin on his hand, and he thinks about that very hard, like, what he actually wants. Need it be material? An object? A thing?
I could give you power beyond that which mortals can normally aspire.
He extends his hand outwards.
Tell me, Master, what throne do you seek?
I seek not a throne, I seek knowledge. I seek to be the greatest arcanist that ever lived. So, magic is what we shall aspire to, my friend.
Knowledge. I will wreak the knowledge from the ether and mar it on the corpses of those in mine wake.
Calm yourself. You are still shackled. You do as I say, and as I will. So,
Just a
in that
acidic spit
regard,
is foaming at its mouth and sizzling on the ground around it.
I don't know if I want to achieve lichdom. Seems like a lonely existence. I wish to hold the magic that the mages of old used to. You know, moving mountains, creating volcanoes, changing the routes of the rivers.
Speak of the Terra Cognosis.
Can I make an Arcana check on that?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Ah.
You have heard of this only in passing. The Terrognosis. The Codex Terrognosis.
Okay. So I don't really know anything about it. I just heard about it before.
I'm refreshing my memory before I tell you what you might know.
Ah, okay.
It is a comprehensive treatise on the nature of the mundane and the material philosophical principles that set it apart from Arcadia, Quintessence, and the world below. Arcadia, as we have established, is the name of the Feywild in my setting. Quintessence is the place where all of the elemental planes can join. And then the world below is, as we know, the Underdark.
So, how well did I succeed on my Arcana check?
15.
Oh. So would I know what this thing is capable of? Like an example of what this thing may be capable of?
It is said that this thing can do exactly what you just mentioned.
Anything that you want. Basically just terraforming.
You can give me a persuasion check to try to draw it out of your demon.
I could. I'm not very good at persuasion, but I do have a bit of a disadvantage, so that's fine. Let's see. Persuasion, it is. Let's see what I can do with a +2.
It is the fundamental document that describes this world. You would be the gatekeeper of this domain.
He put a hand on his chin and he like heavily considered that.
You rolled low.
Let's see. So, I'm the one that would be destined to, say, protect from invasions from the other planes?
It shakes its head.
You see fit.
Ah, so I make the rules, is what you're saying. As an abjurer, I must say that is quite appealing. As a person with little ethic, I'm not so sure. Would that be an apt desire for you, Orobos?
He shudders with anticipation.
Yes.
Do I know his true name?
Yeah.
Okay. Very well. Then we shall get this.
He seems very satisfied by that answer. My throat is starting to hurt because of allergies.
Yeah, just hydrate, whatever. Yeah. Vaughn's just going to reach over with his staff and just like push over the effigy and it just disappears.
With a billowing pillar of flame, the marks sear back into your body, and the mechanical rotation of the circle recompletes, sealing the Ouroboros within again.
Vaughn nods. information for the DM mostly. Vaughn has considered Lichdom, but he feels like that's a bit short of something that he'd be capable of. That's how arrogant he is.
Totally fair.
So he can do better than that. And if by doing better than that, that means literally being the gatekeeper of the plane and doing whatever the fuck he wants with it and changing rules and fundamental things. Oh yeah. Godhood sounds pretty nice.
Codices are incredibly powerful magical items. Just so that everybody knows, that's not something you're going to just go find in any old cave. You could center an entire campaign around those, but I like to incorporate them as parts of my campaign. So if that's what we're doing, I will make it work. Very cool.
All right.
I didn't know that we were doing that until 5 minutes ago, so cool.
Excellent. Time to find, well, now that I think about it, Vaughn has some research to do. So he's going to pen down and he's going to try to find out where and who he can get the spell locate object from.
Very good. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a break because it has been an hour. And that I feel like we can do that in the next game day. And
Yeah.
we'll go back to the tavern when we get back. So don't go anywhere, anybody. We're going to take a quick 5 to 10, and then we will return with more Covet Syndicate. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience in waiting. So glad to be back. Well, let us continue back where we were, right there in the tavern. So Zarn has secured lodgings for herself and Darvin. Ashwell is sleeping out in the woods with the Grey Render Hugger. Vaunt is sleeping in a barn. Kira, where do we find you? What are you doing?
Oh boy. Kira's at a bit of a loss because they don't really know the people of this region. And they don't really know where to look. So, out of curiosity, is like Whisper following Kira around, or what's going on there?
Yeah, I think so, probably. Whisper would probably be looking up to you at this situation, like, I don't really know what to do, so I'm just gonna follow your lead.
Kira will turn and look back at Whisper like, what the fuck do we do?
I guess maybe we could ask Zarn if we could sleep on the floor.
Oh, heavens, absolutely not. You may sleep on the floor if you wish.
And then they hear an unearthly howl coming from a barn.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody in the tavern stops, the music halts for a moment, everybody kind of like looks around like, what the fuck was that? And then moments later, there's another long, baleful tone. After like 2 minutes of everybody being confused, some of the guards of the caravans sobering up real quick, grabbing their weapons and like heading outside to like look around and secure the area. The tavern owner goes, "We're all gonna be all right, everybody. Just go back. These are the safest parts. I'm sure whatever it was, it's nothing. Probably just a rock or something heading back up to the mountains with a whale." Ah, yeah, that makes sense. A lot of the people kind of agree.
I feel like Sarn's heard that noise before and knows what it is, so she takes the opportunity where everyone's distracted to grab an empty plate and just start grabbing food from other people's plates.
When you said rock, I thought you meant like an actual like ROCK rock. And I can just imagine,
First thought,
like
too.
from SpongeBob, like this rock is moving back up the mountain with a whale on top of it.
That's exactly what I thought, and I was just like, what?
It's probably just a rock. And it's like,
Yeah.
why is everybody all blaming me for this shit?
I am literally just vibing.
I was thinking ROCK rock too, and I was just like, what?
It's alright. It's alright, Rocky. Take your time.
You know what? I'm gonna say that's in character, and Kira looks even more confused because she's not familiar with the plane. They are not familiar.
It's me laughing really hard. I'm like, is Derek just like fucking around? Is he like saying like rocks move? And then I had that realization, like, oh, he's talking about like ROC, and that like made me loose.
Yes, the giant birds. For those of you who don't know, a rock ROC is a giant bird with like a wingspan the size of like a skyscraper. So,
Yeah, and an ROCK is a piece of stone.
yeah. So
Yeah, I just thought I had to clarify.
yeah.
Holy shit, that was funny.
Is anybody going to fill Kira in? Because Whisper doesn't know what a rock is either.
Sure, at
But it
some
wasn't a
point,
rock.
Zarn walks by with like 3 half-full mugs in one arm and like a big plate with just like an assortment of food. And she's like, oh, "Don't worry about that. That's just Vaunt being moody again."
That does absolutely nothing to dissuade their confusion. They just kind of put their hands up like, what the fuck is going on? And they're just gonna go get a table and a meal.
You're not even wrong. That's the scary part about that.
So with the guards clearing out, there is ample room for you to now finally sit down and take a load off. As you do so, you are approached by the one of the waitresses who asks if they can get you anything. It's a human
Whatever you
woman.
got, darling.
We have some roasted pork, vegetables, corn, shipped over
I'll
from
take-
the island.
I'll take the vegetables. Pork is bad for your complexion.
It's kind of hard to raise anything else over here. Don't really have the room for it, but you got it. She disappears for a few minutes and then brings you your plate of fresh greens. There's a butter sauce on the side if you so feel inclined that they shipped over from the island. And it is quite an extravagant meal for these meteor parts.
How do they get butter if they don't have cows?
They have pigs here. They don't have cows here. They have cows on the island. I just said it was shipped over.
It's pig butter.
Pig butter.
Pig butter. Ew.
Come on down to Derek's Big Pig Butter Emporium.
There's literally nothing about those two words being together that sounds good at all.
I like pig butter. That's funny.
No, it's cow butter.
Okay.
Utter butter.
I'm gonna get a meal for Whisper too and pay for it.
Oh, thanks. I really appreciate that. I'll take the pork though. That would be great. The waitress says that will be 5 gold. It is an expensive meal.
Kira doesn't have a very good grasp on the coin as either, so they're just gonna pay and then we'll tip the waitress a gold piece.
The waitress takes the gold piece tip and is like, "Oh shit!" Like, "Oh, thank you. If there's anything else you need, please just let me know."
A room. Can you use a room?
We don't. Have
I'm gonna roll persuasion anyway, because she's.
room. Okay, go ahead.
Give room now.
You'll make me a room then.
Create one. Build it, peasant.
Your gods demand a room for me now.
It's not wanting to roll.
That's
Try double clicking it.
that won't do it into the tower
Oh,
though.
that's true.
It's not wanting to roll. New problems every week.
Unable to open. That's what it's telling me.
She's your active library modules. That's odd.
That is a new one.
Good time for it.
Yeah, great time for it. Shoot. That is so weird. I don't even know what that means. I guess.
Try reconnecting.
Yeah, let's try reconnecting. Maybe that'll fix it. If you're okay with it, I did make a roll for you. If you're okay with taking a 17.
I will stomach it.
She says, it's kind of gauche, but it'll be better than sleeping out in the rain. I mean, you can take my bed. I'll just sleep on the floor for the night. I mean, you paid me a gold. You can sleep in my clothes if you need to. I'll just get another blanket and wrap around myself.
I hardly think that will be necessary, but yes, I will take your room.
I'll get off in a little bit, so I'll tell you when I'm going to bed, and I'll make a nice spot for you on the other side of the bed. You're not really gonna make me sleep on the floor, are you? I don't really want to sleep on the floor.
No, but this one's coming with me. Gesture to Whisper.
You're sleeping on the floor. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess that's fine. It's settled then. Alright, does anybody else have anything that they want to do that evening? Or will we pass to the next day?
I'd just like
Do
to
it the
say
next day.
Zorn gets up super early and just immediately dips with the 50 gold she got for agreeing to be that guy's worker.
Cool.
Hot.
Yep, so you have Darvin help you put on your plate mail as stealthily as possible, gather all of your stuff, and thunder down the stairs and out the door. I'm assuming probably without stopping to get breakfast, because it is before breakfast is served.
Yeah, no. I had a big dinner.
Fantastic. Vaunt, I remember you saying that you had something you wanted to do.
Um, he just wanted to go find the troll when they got on the road, but that's yeah, that's something that the group would do. So,
I thought that you said that you wanted to get the spell components for
oh yeah,
or
well
the locate object.
the problem is I wouldn't need to get the spell components. I'd need to find out where I can get the spell period because I don't have it.
Remind me what level spell that is.
I believe locate objects is 4th level.
A 4th
Or
level
locate
spell. You could get that in Blackwood definitely. I don't think that they would have anything like that out here.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it's 4th level. I could swear it is. Worst case scenario, you can just be like writing it down and like think of it and be like, oh, this makes sense, and then write it down when he levels up.
Yep, that can absolutely work as well. Yep. All right. So I assume that the party gathers up themselves and leaves the town in the morning, or is there anything else that you guys wanted to do?
I'm still getting that error. I can't interact with my own sheet.
Damn it! What is going on here? I've never had this problem.
When you signed in, did you take command of the character?
Yeah, I have my sheet open. Like, it gave me the option to choose Kira.
Okay. Yeah, that's weird.
Do you need to update maybe?
Oh, that might be it.
Might be it. It gets really finicky sometimes. All right. Well, we will.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Locate object is the 2nd level spell. I don't know. I think locate creature is locate person is 4th level. My bad.
Yeah, I have an update. That's why it was being fucky, I think.
Okay. Well, hopefully that'll fix it. Okay. A 2nd level spell. I would say that you can give me an investigation check. A 2nd level spell is something that you might feasibly be able to find in a town.
Yeah. Investigation.
Yeah, actually, when you make your way to the outskirts of the, or to the outside of the tavern to, presumably wait on some of your friends, you can see Zarn slinking away with Darvin, and at the same time, the caravan master that hired her is like coming downstairs and out the door, and says, "Oh, swear, one of these days I'm gonna learn to take people not at the way that they look."
Lovely.
Well,
Huh.
you there. You look like you're looking for something.
I'm looking for something that looks for something. Redundant, I know.
He kind of nods his head. I may have the very same thing. And, well, that may allow me to recoup some of these losses at the very least. I've got a scroll, if that be what you're searching for.
What sort of scroll?
Well, I have it on pretty good authority that it is an official scroll from a college in the Nagoran Empire. That does exactly what you asked for. You can use it to find things.
Can I see it?
Yeah, this way. He leads you out to where some of his guards are camped around, and he pulls out a small chest. He opens it, and there's a tube. He opens the tube, takes out a few pieces of paper, looks them up and down. I can't. Takes out just these 2 glasses, puts them together, and then puts them on his face. There we go. Here you go. This one, and he hands it to you.
He's gonna take a look at it, make sure that everything's on the up and up.
100%, yeah. Is exactly what he said.
Locate objects is within 1,000 feet, so Vaughn needs to find like a general location of where this codex may be, and then he can cast it. But in the meantime, this is good to have.
I dragged a copy for you. Elise, see if that one works.
Okay. I'm loading back in.
Okay. Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties. You can never anticipate them. That's why they're difficult.
Who would have thunk?
Yeah. So you copy the spell scroll and add it to your book.
Yeah.
It is going to be 250 gold.
Oh, for a second level spell?
Yep. Unless I'm misremembering. I think I might have memorized the wrong. I'll pull up the book
Copying, I think it's 50 for each level.
to pay for the scroll itself.
Oh, they want me to buy the scroll?
Of course they want you to buy the scroll. What, are they just going to give it to you?
250 gold?
I'm double checking.
How much money do you have?
A lot,
More
but
than
still.
that.
I didn't get a lot of money by, like, buying shit for, like, retail price.
You think he was just going to give it to you?
Well, you know.
No, you were trying fast talk. You were trying fast talk. You got close, I'll be honest. You got close. The fucking ADHD gives me disadvantage
It's
on
like,
insight checks
alright,
sometimes.
well, thanks for the scroll. I'll be on my way now.
Spell scroll of second level. 120 gold.
Oh, okay, that's not so bad. Yeah, he'll just fork over 120 gold. That's not a big deal.
Okay. He happily takes your money and says, use it in good health.
Sure. He'd just nod and he'd take off with the scroll. Let's see, so that would... No. Okay. Doing some quick math with my calculator.
It's 50 gold per spell level, so it's 100 gold in components, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think he has time to technically... It takes an hour for each spell level, I believe, so I don't think he'll have the time to copy it down. So he'll just have the scroll right now, and he'll transcribe it later.
I'll add it to your sheet.
Thank you.
Roll of locate object. Boop. There you go. Roll. Ow.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. 1 million electrum pieces.
1 million PP.
1 million platinum. The party continues on their way. The rain from the day before has not let up. Assuming that we're done. Sorry, I don't want to cut anybody off. Are we, does anybody else have anything they want to do in the town?
Or
The
not.
technic.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the technical difficulties persist. I'll just have to manually roll.
Damn it, dude. I don't know why it's doing this.
We can figure it
It
out.
literally
after
let
the
you
game.
roll earlier. What the frick?
Yeah, I don't know why. I've literally just been sitting here with my desktop up with the module open, doing nothing other than playing D&D like, while I draw on my iPad. Like I don't know what to say.
It's so sad. Why? Why? Okay.
I do know that Ashwell would sneak with the with Hugger around the outskirts, outside of the village to the other side, where we're all gonna need to go eventually anyway, and just kind of wait for everyone there in the morning after having woken up.
Probably be the first one you see, as I'm quite eager to leave town before I am possibly discovered. Just like, oh, hey, Ashwell, yeah, you see anyone else arrive yet?
I don't think so. No, not yet. I imagine everyone else will be coming. What are you in such a hurry about?
It's nothing. It's nothing. I'm gonna be back way over here behind the trees. So, bye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay then. By all means, just sort of like give a look at Hugger and just a shrug. and then look back down the path, waiting for us.
Hugger is looking at you, and you can get this kind of like psychic imprint on your mind of like hunger,
Hungry.
Hungry.
hungry,
Hungry.
babby hungry.
He's going to turn to it, and then point out to the woods, away from, for the record, away from Zarn, far away from Zarn in the town, and just say, hunt.
It leans
And
into you
return.
real quick to get a big whiff of you for later, and then in an instant, it's just knocking down trees as it runs off into the
Boing,
woods.
boing, boing.
Ah, that right there is going to be quite useful in the future. What a
The
sweet
great
creature.
outdoors.
Please tell me that that something because of that something happens with Kira and Whisper.
Yeah, I definitely feel like while you guys are getting yourselves over to the side of town, you can hear the thunderous crack of timber being snapped, bouncing off of trees and into town.
Dear gods, what the hell is that?
You don't think that was the puppy?
But don't call it. It's not a puppy.
It's a puppy.
Have you ever seen a puppy that looks like that?
I don't know if I've ever seen a puppy, if I'm being honest with you.
You don't know what a puppy is, do you?
No, I've seen stray dogs.
It's a baby dog.
They sound cute. Do they taste good?
It depends on the breed. Now let's go.
That makes sense. Yeah, Vaunt, I assume you joined the party as well.
Yeah. He has a scroll and he's happy about it and he's tucking it away like, good, this is step one.
Very good. You gather your new belongings. The man says, "Don't be a stranger. You know, if you need anything else, I might be able to at least set you on the right path if I don't have it."
He just give him a nod. He didn't really care much for exchanges.
All the same to him, he's a businessman.
Oh, if he goes then.
So the 6 of you are gathered around on the outskirts of the town, the road headed north towards the abandoned village.
Do we have like an actual physical map? Of
Not
the
for this
region?
town. Not for this town. For the region, yeah.
Okay. All right, awesome. Yeah, I figured it was the Emerald Sea. I mean, like in character if we had one. But yes, I do have that open right now. So we head north along the coast. Eventually, we hit Mother, and then past that is our abandoned town. And how far is a day's trip again? Is it 1 hex or
3 hexes.
3 hexes? It's 1, 2, 3, 2. Looks like it's about 3 days. Three sunsets till the next town, till Mother, and then from there about a day's trip.
We're walking. Kira looks offended.
You have a carriage? Because I wouldn't mind a ride.
Were there horses or like any kind of beast of burden back in the town that we just came from?
100%. Loads.
I'm
I
a-
saw loads of horses.
I'm gonna turn my elf butt around and I'm gonna go buy myself a horse.
Well, if she's getting a horse, I'm not going to be walking either. Hey, wait.
Yes, what?
I don't want to return to town myself for things, but if will you purchase me one as well?
I suppose. What about-
before these days?
What about your valet? Is he walking?
That'd be fine. No, I'll drop.
I would like to sit on the horse if that's all right, Master
You
Dorfin.
can share a horse, Darvin. Be quiet.
Yes.
You think I'm going to buy you a whole horse for yourself? Not made of money. I'm not Vaunt.
Maybe some kind of donkey or something. It's okay.
Oh my god. You're embarrassing me in front of our new friend.
A mountain goat? That could be good.
Get him something small and inexpensive.
Kira just nods like, okay.
So,
Alright.
I just thrust the 50 gold that I got from the guy into her hands and tell her I expect to have some money back.
Give me my change. How much does it cost to buy like a simple like cart? Like nothing big, but like maybe a 2-wheel cart big enough for 1 or 2 people to sit on.
I believe those are like 8 or 15 gold or something
15
like that.
gold. Good memory,
Sick.
Elise.
Thanks. Yeah, if that's the case, then Ashel's gonna kind of shrug and watch everyone else start going in for carts and just go, all right, I have an idea. And he's gonna go in, he's gonna try to see if he can't get himself a cart. And maybe see if he can't get Hugger to pull. So, and a little bit of rope and chain with it too. See if he can maybe make like a comfortable harness for it.
I love this. What tools, if any, proficiency would you have in making something like this? Do you have any crafting proficiencies?
Let's see. So in terms of tools, besides my disguise kit and thieves tools, not immediately. The only thing I can think of is perhaps, let's see. I don't really see too much in the way of this in terms of my proficiencies. If he needs to, he will see if he can like get someone to just craft like a rough harness or something like it. Like this, like basically describe the proportions of this thing. Because from what I can see, its proportions seems to have a neck roughly equivalent to that of a draft horse in terms of width. So he's going to see if he can't get like a neck yoke roughly the size of a draft horse and like emphasize like make it wide and pad the crap out of it and see if he can't get that and a couple of like firm leather straps for it. Something that they already have. Like, not like bespoke. He doesn't have time to wait 3 days for this shit.
Yeah, no problem. So you request, it is kind of a little bit of a special order, but they can kind of quickly throw something together. So it's going to be 6 gold for the bit and brittle because this creature is very large and it is going to require, I would say, at least the materials from like 3 amounts of tack and harness to comfortably and securely get this guy. And then another 15 gold for the cart.
Ashwell will gladly tip them an extra 5 gold for their speed. And their discretion.
Yeah, so that is going to be a grand total of 31 gold?
Yep.
With the tip? Okay.
Sounds good. Yank it. And he'll gladly take it and walk the cart out himself back out to where everyone else is. And wait until Hugger comes back to get him. To see if he can't convince Hugger to stay still long enough to perhaps put the thing on.
Yeah, absolutely. So you secure the stuff. Kira, you, I assume, probably went over with Ashwell at the same time.
Yes.
So what can I get for you? Says Elmer.
Horse's tack and a cart, as well as feed.
Well, what kind of horses are you looking for? Don't rightly think that we have any war horses, but riding, draft?
What were the ones that will pull the cart the best? They just nod.
That'd be a draft horse for you. Yeah, absolutely, we can get that. Well, to pull one of our carts, depends on how big of a cart you're looking for. How big of a cart are you looking for?
In a full? at least plus storage.
No, I assume that you're gonna want some extended storage on this, right? You strike me as a person that's about their shit. Am I right there?
You would be correct, yes.
Now, if I know one thing about people who are about their shit, and I do, because that's pretty much all the business that we get in these parts, that you are gonna want the deluxe extended cab. It's got ride for what we call around these parts shot bow, someone to sit up on top with you, and double storage. How's that sound for you?
Will the storage fit a tiefling?
It'll fit a tiefling, a flint, a gnoll, an orc, a half ogre. It'll fit you a half giant. It'll fit you a kobold, maybe even 12 goblins. I'd say you could fit in 2 bugbears, half a troll, 3/4 of an ogre. He just keeps listing off like large proportions of things that you could fit in.
I'll take the storage if you could fill it with feed for the horses.
You got yourself a goddamn deal.
Slaps the cart. This holds so many races, so many player species.
It is going to be 25 gold for the cart.
Okay.
Another 50 gold for 2 horses, so it's going to be 100 gold because it will require 2 horses to pull it. And that's going to be... I'll even throw in the bit and brittle and 2 weeks of food.
Shit. Just forks it over, like, take my money.
Alright, 125 gold. I just used car salesman, for the record.
Oh, I know. I'm very aware. Kier is also aware that they got swindled, but they also don't know enough about prices to know how much it should be. So they're not gonna fight it. They're just gonna.
Yeah. So they saddle, or they kind of like trailer hitch the wagon that our friend Ashwell picked up and put it on the back of your
The
wagon.
Dreadlord imposes their will. The world of the shadows.
Disadvantage on Ashwell. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yep.
Targeted harassment. Kidding. Okay. And are you getting any horse for Zorn?
Well, the idea is that we're all gonna ride in the cart together. So I'm
Okay.
using Zorn's money to go towards the cart and the horses and the feed. That being said, since I am just kind of picking up that I have been swindled, is there anything that I can take with me or take from this guy to sort of even the cost that I just paid for this? Because...
Depends on what it is that you're looking for specifically. He definitely doesn't have anything like overtly valuable just like hanging out in the stables. He would probably have some kind of prize horse, definitely.
I want that prize horse.
How do you go
What
about
do I
getting
need?
the prize horse?
Is Whisper with me?
Ashwell. Is Whisper with Kira right now?
Ashwell is comfortable enough to let Whisper go wherever Whisper feels that they're most needed. And I would say probably went with us to go and get the carts. And seeing if Kira needs help, he would, like let Whisper go and give them a hand. So, yeah. So, yes. I imagine with Kira, yes.
Very good. Okay.
Really roundabout way of saying it.
No problem.
Alright, well then, while this fellow is collecting our things, I'm gonna converse with Whisper. Would you do something for me, dear?
What do you need?
You see that horse over there?
The big one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's coming with us.
I've never stolen a horse before.
It's not hard. I'll keep the shopkeeper busy, and you liberate the horse from the stable and bring it with us, would you?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't know how to like put the saddle and everything on it though.
Do you know how to ride a horse?
Takes her head.
All right. I will steal the horse. You will take the cart, and I will meet you with the rest of the group.
Okay,
Keep them busy, would you?
I can do that.
Good.
Whisper goes over and, as if she's going to like walk right up to the man. At the very last second, like trips and falls over her own two legs and collapses onto him, screaming in fake pain, "My leg! Ah! My leg!" And, yeah, what do you do?
All right. I'd like to roll animal handling
Okay.
to acquire this horse.
Go ahead.
Let me give it another shot, see if it'll let me. Okay, it's not gonna let me. I will.
Damn it.
How do I manually roll?
The little dice down in the bottom, you should be able to just pick those up and drop it into the chat box.
Okay, let me see if it'll let me. Okay, so my animal handling is +4. So whatever that just result was is +4.
So you calmly, gently approach this very large creature. This probably is a war horse, actually, now that you're close to it. Probably the only one in town that's not being used by some order of caravan guards. And as you get close to it, it kind of like bows its head at you and like gives you this long lash. It blinks with its eyes and like...
I pet the baby on the nose.
It gently nuzzles into you, and then like its eyes like flit over to this like bag of oats sitting on the ground.
I'm gonna find its tack and coax it out of its stable with the oats and start saddling it up.
Yeah, you look around, very quickly see that in the like there's like a whole room attached to the single large stable that this horse is in, and you find this very elegant like sleek black and brown leather saddle. You pick it up and bring it over to the horse. You put it on and do your best to fasten it, and then when you take the oats, it starts following you.
All right, I'm gonna saddle and tack the horse, and I'm gonna calmly ride it out of town, just to not draw attention.
Can I get a stealth check?
Okay. This is just a flat d20.
You get about halfway to the other side of the man, who you've been taking very great care to stay on the opposite side of, when he very quickly just glances in your direction, hearing the sound of horse hooves, and then does a double take and, "Hey, that's Zephyr! That's my Zephyr!" And Whisper looks panicked at you for a moment, like, "What do I do?" without saying it, though.
Kira's gonna gesture to the cart and the draft horses and just make a motion with their hand, like, "Go, meet me," like I told you, and take off in another direction.
In an instant, Whisper's leg sweeps the man off his feet. He falls into the mud, and bangs his head, reeling. Whisper, like a cat, just swirls around and takes off, jumping onto the wagon and clambering onto the top, and then gets flush with the top of it. And I think we see the party reconvening on the other side of town. Nobody else really seems to have seen this transaction take place, seeing as how early in the morning this was, at least that you know of.
Fantastic. I am gonna meet back up with Whisper and the party once I give that shopkeep the run around.
Oh, is that my horse? Good pick. I like it.
No, this is mine.
Where's my horse?
They're on their way. Whisper's bringing them.
Better be at least fairly nice.
That is when Whisper and Ashwell arrive, with Ashwell holding onto the reins and Whisper now clambering off from the first wagon, and very quickly moving to unhitch the second one from the back.
Exactly what I had in mind. Picturing myself on a war horse too, but guess I'll make this work.
Well, then you shouldn't come with me. You may drive the cart.
Where's my change?
This is expensive.
It's a cart and 2 horses. How expensive could it have been?
It was expensive.
Next time, maybe I will go on my own then.
It was expensive.
I didn't see anyone else offering to contribute.
It's just a cart and 2 horses, Michael.
I still fronted.
How much could it be?
I still fronted the commissar the cost myself.
Guess it'll do.
It certainly will. No complaining from you.
So
It's my money.
Zephyr is this very large, like brown and black horse. The coat itself is mostly black, but it's got this elegant long locks that are brown. It's got a pretty calm demeanor, and it seems to have taken a keen liking to you, Kira.
Baby. Yes.
The horses at the wagon look at you when you approach Zarn, and they just kind of like begin chewing on the grass on the side of the road.
I'm gonna name this one Cloggy and this one Moggy.
Okay, Darvin.
Oh, who's a good Cloggy? Oh, who's a good Moggy? Do you think they like ale?
No, don't give the horses ale, Darvin, please.
I love ale.
Yes, I am aware of this.
But if I love ale, then they'd love ale, right?
I get the feeling that's not the case.
Ah. Oh well.
So now help me onto the wagon.
Yeah, you guys load your stuff up into the wagon.
Can I call it back?
Sure.
He's going to just stretch out his hand, take the guitar, and just kind of like will for Hugger to return.
After a long 5 minutes or so, you can hear the sound of branches and trees just snapping, approaching you. And then, all at once, the row of trees before you snap and like burst forward onto the ground. The lumbering creature with like 2 bears, one in its paws and like one in its maw, just like breathing heavily from the exertion.
The fact this thing hunts bears for food just makes me so happy. Ashwell's going to just put his hand out, sort of down.
It goes down, and when it does, you can see like some scratchings and marrings over his face that was dealt by the bears, and like before your eyes, the wounds are just like stitching themselves together, ending.
Good. And he's going to slowly take the harness and just as he's putting it, calm, and slowly slide it over its shoulders, and just gently lash it up to the cart, and then just sort of put his hand on its back. He's going to, and he's just sort of going to be like, slow.
So in the time it takes you to get the barding around him, or not barding, sorry, the tack and harness around him, he is just gobbled down like a bird, the first black bear, and then like just started like taking huge chunks out of the second one. Once he's finished, he stands up, stretches kind of like a dog with like his hind legs upwards. There's a big stretch, and then starts plodding along the wagon, kind of like unshakily with his pace, his kind of lope.
He'd like hold hand on them like, slower, but good hugger. And then he'd sort of intone stopped before they left and just be like, okay, proof of concept, we got it. Just sort of gestures to the cart. If anyone's brave enough to ride, I got a seat.
I have to ride with the puppy.
By all means, ride with the puppy.
Yes. Whisper clambers up onto the cart with you.
Welcome to the fun seats. And,
Reaches down and pulls out a crossbow. Oh, yeah.
And with that, I'm ready to roll when everyone else is.
All right. Anyone else?
Vaughn is promptly going to walk.
Yourself. Take the reins of the cart.
Hey, he'd be a dumpy little wizard if he didn't walk everywhere. To be fair, like he'd be thick as fuck. That's why he's so thin and lithe.
Bones and thighs.
Realistically, do you realize how far behind you're gonna get left with all of us on mounted transportation?
Trust me, it's a good thing. We won't have to listen to him talking then.
If we go at a reasonably slow canter, we'll be fine.
Shall I take lead?
All right.
Means.
Okay. Well, it is the next hour, so let's go ahead and take another 5 to 10, and then we will return with more Covet Syndicate. Don't go anywhere, anybody. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for your patience. Sure appreciate it. When we left off, I can never say heroes. Our party
Anti-heroes.
was leaving the north side of Talia's Promise and making their way back onto the road. Through the day they travel, and the rain does not let up through the night. When you are making your camp, it is seeping in through the tents. The horses are just completely soaked. All the stuff that's not inside the wagons is just saturated with water at this point. It's going to be a soggy night out here in the middle of nowhere. Well, not nowhere. You're still in the Empire, but...
Blech.
Sounds terrible.
The spoiled elf is very unhappy about it.
Oh, who don't have 10?
I don't have it
Uh-oh.
under the wagon or something. No, I don't know.
The wagon
In the mud.
the wagon that Kira upsold you on got upsold on, to be fair, is spacious enough for at least you and one other person to lay down comfortably and sleep in at night on.
Is it at least a covered wagon?
Yeah,
We're gonna take that spot.
it's like a barrel topped wagon.
Yeah.
Oh no! Okay, retroactively, I did mean to take a tent, but I don't have one in my inventory.
That is fair.
That was one of the things I forgot when I was making my character sheet. May I retroactively have a tent and
Yes.
remove the gold? Thank you.
How much gold is a 10?
2.
Okay, so
Well, measly 2 gold.
yeah. It is, as I said, kind of getting soggy in the tent anyways. But I don't know. You might like the cold. I don't know if you like the cold and wet.
I like the cold, I dislike the wet.
Yeah. It is the spring shower time, so it's just coming down in buckets for days. I want to live somewhere where that's real. Anyway.
London.
No.
What's wrong with London, Derek?
What's wrong with London, eh? Have you played Bloodborne? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Bloodborne, man, like the London experience.
It's London, but less scary.
At least we could go and do basic mathematics without getting shot at.
Yeah, you just get stabbed instead.
Or acid attack.
Which, to be fair, is way worse. The
Yeah.
party packs up in the next morning, I presume.
Yeah.
And continues along the journey.
Yes.
And it is that night where you are bedded down, or have been bedded down. How does the conversation go for you guys to, who's going in watch order? What's going on with that?
Who sleeps the least? Elf.
Yeah, elf.
You're doing most of the watch.
I don't want to do most of the watch.
Too bad.
I am not going to do most of the watch.
Yes, you are.
No,
Arden
I'm not.
and I will
Yes.
take the first watch.
Okay.
Darvin,
And
you will
then-
take the first watch, you said?
Me and Whisper can do the middle watch if we're willing to have someone else cover the third.
I suppose I'll take last watch. If I must.
Excellent. Vaughn's gonna go off in his tent and read by himself.
Okay.
There's a pretty map.
It is a pretty mess.
This is one of the ones that Aeon Bar made.
Oh.
Shout out
Nice.
again to Aeon Bar. I will post Aeon Bar's Patreon in the chat again.
H.
That's Darvin. He's healer. That's his real name.
H.
Yeah. I can fix it, actually. Let me fix it.
Just giving you shit.
Well, now I have to fix it. Don't do this.
Otherwise,
Called
Red will keep
attention
giving
to
you
it.
shit.
Damn it.
Yeah, yeah.
I have the capacity to fix it. I just have to pull it up real quick.
I just work here, man. I don't know.
Work
I have some-
is a strong word for what you do.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Damn. So mean.
Ooh, kill him. Ooh, kill him.
Ooh, kill him.
God, you're so white sometimes. Ooh, kill him.
Ooh,
Sheesh.
kill him. Sheesh. There we go. We have Darwin back. That is actually his token, too.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Dwarf.
That is what he looks like.
He'll forever be H in my heart. You'll be
It's
H in my heart.
The H of your heart.
You'll be H in my heart.
Alright, let me put everybody else on here to kind of lay out where else you guys are taking your rest at.
I'm like over here. Don't even fucking put me near these posers.
Okay.
Just okay.
I figure over here with Whisper and
Good.
Hugger just kind of chilling out under a tarp.
Yeah, that's right. Get the fuck away from me.
It's for your benefit. I can't necessarily control every detail of Hugger's behavior, so if Hugger gets, like, midnight hangry, I don't want it necessarily snacking on y'all.
Midnight hangry.
That's truly a way to be.
So that's
He
a mood.
wakes up at 1 in the morning looking for beans and a town is destroyed.
Beans.
Beans!
Me and the boys, 3, I'm looking for beans.
Yeah.
Just render eating beans!
Yeah.
What's next? Shredded cheese with a handful? Like, fucking... Who actually does that, though? Like, I want to know.
Shredded cheese
handful.
with a
I know
handful?
too.
There's better cheese.
Natalie
I don't
always
know.
says that. She's like, I don't get it. Nobody actually ever does that. And I'm thinking back to my
Well,
like
I mean,
preteen
like,
years when I definitely did that. Like,
Getting up at 3 a.m.
I feel like I did that last
to go.
week.
It's the getting up at 3 a.m. to do it that I'm like, I don't know. I sleep through the night.
Okay, I'll admit I'm one of those guys that like drinks like straight out of the jug. Like I wake up at like 3 a.m. and like go and grab the apple juice out of the fridge and drink straight out of the jug. But I don't
my
understand
God.
like the shredded cheese thing though. Like that's weird.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just like reaching your fucking hand in there and just like fucking swallowing it down like Kronos eats Zeus and stuff like that? That painting, like just
Saturn
guilty of
devouring the
this.
sun. That's what it is. Saturn devouring the sun.
oh that's Saturn. That's right.
I am guilty.
Saturn's
of this.
Kronos. Good enough.
All right. So, Darn, you and Darwin are on watch. How do you guys kill time? You got like what, 2 hours to kill?
Question.
Cut to them beating up a clock.
I mean, it's raining. Probably not a lot to do.
It's raining pretty hard too.
Roll around the area.
Okay. Where would you put yourselves on the map?
Like, kind of walking around.
Would you be next to each other? Okay.
Patting it up. Marvin, I'll go things.
Well, I've been kind of wondering, when we find this place that we're looking for, what is it we're gonna do there?
I'll be honest, got kind of, distracted when Vaunt was talking about the whole thing, but it seems like we're gonna be killing a troll. My understanding?
No, that part I understand. I'm talking about when we get to the town that we're going to. Are we gonna just, like, claim it for ourselves? I mean, squatters' rights for, like, a whole town?
I mean, the possibility was something we could discuss with the others.
I mean, we're still within the lands of the Empire, you know.
Be nice to have our own town. It's our land, we'll call it.
Zarnland. Yes, I like that. Good ring to it, Master Zarn.
I'm sure none of the others will have a problem with it.
Well, why would they?
Exactly.
You're clearly the most suited.
Of course. Naturally.
Aye. Well, I was thinking, if I'm your lieutenant, does that mean I get to tell the orcs and the other dwarf that you beat up what to do?
Sure, why not?
Awesome. I'm gonna make them get me ale, like, all the time. I'm never gonna have to get up from my seat again. And cheese and butter. Ooh, I love some butter. Do we have any right now, Zarn?
No, you can have some wet jerky.
Oh, wet turkey.
He begrudgingly
It's
takes a
not
bite.
my fault it's raining.
Pig butter.
I do have some pig butter. I'm very interested in that.
I've heard what pig butter really is. Vaughn told me.
Okay.
He said it comes from the males.
Oh God.
I don't know, it's what he said. I don't know what that means.
Oh. Don't listen to Vaughn. In general, just don't listen to him.
I feel like half the problems you have because you're not listening to Vaughn.
And a fun, out-of-character fact, pig butter is also a colloquial term for lard. I found this out when I was looking for it, but specifically pig lard.
So
See,
there
it's
is
not
pig
gross.
By the buckets.
Yeah. Well, you can't milk pigs. They only get, like, milk for
You
a couple
could.
seconds.
You could milk a pig. You could
Well, you
milk a
can, but
pig.
they only milk for 15 seconds, where, like, a cow milks for 10 minutes, so, like, you need a couple million pigs.
Jesus, Tom.
So
Are you
it's
talking from
rendered.
experience that 15 seconds, or like...
So it's rendered lard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, no, I don't.
What do
Yeah,
you do
Darwin
with
doesn't
the
want
other? What do you do with the other minute and 45 seconds, Omni?
that.
Catch your breath. Catch your breath.
Go for round two.
Swing into an uncomfortable direction.
Darwin doesn't
I
want
tap out.
rendered pig fat to eat.
Well, then he can have the wet beef jerky.
Do we have any ale at least to wash it down with?
Just eat your jerky and be happy that you have jerky.
When he takes a bite, there's a strong wind. The fire blows out. And I'm going to need perception checks for both you and Darwin, please. I will have to roll his, I guess. I have to control your NPCs in combat. I don't think it lets you do it. Unless you go to your, this
You
guy.
can-
Just roll for him? Okay. It's just a +3. He just gets a +3 to, like, basically every roll. So if you want to have him make a d20 roll, and then just add a +3 to whatever he rolls. The wind and the rain is far too strong for you to hear what happens next. To the peal of thunder.
I tried listening harder.
I try.
The spirit, unbreakable.
Poking out of the side of the tree, you can see a large bugbear on a large four-legged quadrupedal creature. I just said four-legged in two different ways. The creature's face is that of, like, a man and a wolf, but not in any way that's pleasant to look at. It's disjointed and hideous, and it's got this, like, perpetual look of hate on its face. You are
Just
getting
like me, for
surprised. He just like me for real. Darwin is hit.
Arvin, no. It should have been me.
Darwin fucking dies. That's the name of this episode.
Oh my god.
Don't you put that on
Darwin
him.
might-
If I can't have what I want, nobody can.
So the way that retainers' hit points function is a little bit differently than how they normally do. So, because Darvin took damage, he effectively is going to be needing to make a saving throw of 16. So when a retainer gets hit, they don't have hit points that track like normally. They have a certain number of wounds that they can take that stacks based off of damage die dealt to them. If they pass a saving throw, then like that would additionally deal damage to them, then they don't take that damage. So like if they pass a fireball, instead they take no damage, for instance. So Darvin needs to make a 16 on a Constitution saving throw right now, or he takes 3 damage. He got a 7, so Darvin is now at 3 out of 6 wounds remaining.
Vengeance will be mine.
Also, Darvin is going to be making another saving throw, a strength saving throw, which he fails, and he is now knocked prone and restrained. So out of the black, this spinning bolus cinches around his legs, and he slams down onto the ground. As a reaction, the Bugbear Huntsmaster as a bonus action, he slaps his warg, which spurs it to move its movement forward and have advantage on an attack roll going against Darvin now. The warg is going to make the attack roll as soon as I can find him. Advantage, fight, attack on Darvin. So, it misses with its first attack. Let me double check on that. He is restrained, so I guess technically that is going to be a miss with that one. Now it's still Bugbear Master's turn. Okay, now it's the Warg's turn, and he's going to go again. With Pack Tactics, he has advantage. Again, that is a natural 20. The Warg tears into Darvin's plate, ripping into the armor, and before they run off with Darvin, you get a reaction, Zarn.
That's my fucking dwarf. Get back here.
It's my fucking dwarf.
Get your own.
Which one has him?
The Warg. This is just a reaction, by the way. Attack of opportunity.
I can only.
That is correct, because you don't have Warcaster.
Probably not gonna do
Yucky.
very much.
Yucky. Warcaster's like one of the best feats in the game.
Yucky.
As a cleric, I love it, dude. I took it in the Set to Avernus campaign. It's so good.
Yucky.
I'm not going to win this argument. So go ahead and make your attack roll on the Warg.
I'm just far too intelligent for you.
Oh, man.
You do hit.
Close to it, nat 20. Nice.
That would have been good to crit, but you don't crit. You slash into the Warg as they make off 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Off into the woods. Yes.
I start running after
Wait,
them.
no. Actually, no, it's not. Sorry. The riders that are on the sides of the party go.
Then we get to roll.
You can go ahead and roll initiative now, but they got a surprise round on you. That's why this is happening. Sorry. Not
Should
sorry,
I
actually.
roll initiative?
Everybody can roll initiative for when you come in,
Hooray!
but nobody's in until Zarn. does something to wake you up.
Alright.
I mean, I'm probably already yelling.
Fair point.
Bon, sleeping? Never.
How do I roll initiative for Hugger?
It applied initiative to Hugger when I dragged him on. Oh no, it didn't actually. It normally does. And
No.
dexterity check, I guess.
Okay. I can't do that discreetly, just so you know.
That's fine.
Okay.
Fantastic. Oh, I need to actually manually roll initiative for all of the enemies. That's fine. I thought I already did that, and then it erased it, so that's gonna happen. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it again. Roll NPC initiatives. There we go. Okay, so the Bugbear Riders are gonna go ahead and do their action, then it's Zarn's turn, and then we go to the top of the turn order.
I run after.
We're not to you yet.
You just said
What's their dexterity, by the way?
bad?
I said the riders are gonna make their turn on the party, and then it's your turn, and then it goes to the top of the turn order. What was your question, Red?
What's the Bugbear Riders? What's their dexterity score?
Do you get to just like know that for a reason?
Well, no, I was just curious, just because of initiatives, just because we both rolled 18, so I was curious which one had the higher. I have a 14 in dexterity for reference.
They have a 17.
Okay. Looking for tiebreakers.
Fair point. I thought you were like using an ability that was like, I get to know one of their scores. Tell me which one this is.
No.
Okay. So the riders, using their sneak attacks, are going to throw in with their javelins. One of them is behind you, Zarn, and gets a hit. Do you reaction?
He hit.
You have to speak up.
What did they hit? How much?
You have to speak up. I can't hear you.
How much did they roll?
I don't know if I have to tell you that, to be honest with you.
Go ahead. And...
The javelin breaks right on your shield at the last moment.
Oof.
Nice.
Bugbear Rider number 2. Charges forward and sees Kira prone on the ground.
I am in my tent.
You are in your tent, that is true. Okay, he is going to take a turn to investigate that by hacking it open and
This fuck.
exposing you to the cold rain above you and his gibbering anger. Number 3. Is going to move in to intercept the fighter. Because these guys are not stupid and they planned this. And that is going to be an advantage roll against Zarn. Miss. And as a bonus action, it is going to dash to get over here on this side of you.
Nice.
And I know it says we're going to Vaunt, but we're not. We're going to Zarn, and then we go to the top of the turn order.
Oh.
I will.
Got everything taken from me.
I'll take the attack of opportunity and run around him.
What does mobile give you again?
I go up to.
Doesn't it give you something else, though? Something about attacks of opportunity, right?
If you make an attack, you don't have opportunity attacks made against you for the rest of the turn. Also, mobile gives you plus 10 feet, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I slowed by my
Plate mail.
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
Only when I make a melee attack, which
Okay. So you're gonna take 2 attacks of opportunity. Okie dokie. No advantage on this one. No hit on the rider, and oh, sorry, that's probably confusing. Suddenly, that probably makes more sense now. Well, I was calling them riders. And no hit on the warg.
run 35.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And that is where you run
I have
straight
5 more.
into 2 more wargs.
Dog time.
This is fine.
I'll deal with them. I deal with them.
You have to speak up.
I'm trying to use having.
You have to click on the magnifying glass.
Which one has?
Can you please
I'm
speak
trying.
up?
Which one has bourbon? Is it?
It's the alpha. Yeah, you have to speak into the mic, Natalie.
Trying. I got the small voice.
And baby.
You gotta be loud and proud.
Don't worry, Natalie. I got a really small voice too.
Yeah.
Natalie and baby.
Your bolt of lightning arcs through the rain, and at the last moment, the warg dodges forward, and it discharges into the ground.
I use my.
Yes.
I miss. What about things?
Let me look at its armor class. Yeah, you can throw a bless on it.
It. Go into.
A 14 is exactly what you needed to hit. The bolt of lightning bounces off the ground, hits the warg in the back, and there's this tether, like a leash, that extends outwards from your hand.
What? Tether? Trigger. I made that!
I roll damage.
Okay. And now we go to the top of the turn order. Ashwell, you heard all this madness going around. Hugger is wrapped around you in that ball shape with everything that we described before going on.
It's like a cinnamon roll, but you're in the middle.
But you're the icing.
Yeah.
You're the cinnamon.
All right.
Cinnamon and butter, baby.
Cinnamon. I know that. As I recall, I also had. I had Whisper as well sleeping with us, but the second he hears the fighting, he's gonna immediately like tap, like, you know, in case Whisper's not up already, just be like, get clear, get high. And as for you, he's gonna turn to Hugger, just give Hugger like a quick shake. Hugger, defend, and like just sort of poke his head out and point it at, I assume, the direction of the wolves, because that sounds like the biggest, loudest thing in the area, and just go, eat. And then he's gonna get up and start running at one of these wargs.
Okay.
So let's see. How big are these guys? Are they 2x2?
They are size large.
Okay, yeah. So that's the case then. He's going to get up to them. Over here. And...
There's a bush in the way, by the way, right there.
Oh. Okay. I have plenty of movement for it, so I'm just going to go here.
Okay. Just so you know it's difficult terrain. If you're rushing...
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So he's going to stand up, push off of Hugger, run up, pull the guitars out, and he's going to take a couple stabs at this warg here. Let's see how they like being flanked. So, chop chop. I got some knives. Your name's on them. He is numero uno. Oh, right, I have disadvantage for the first one. That's fair. So let's see. Because I haven't made a roll yet. I have not forgotten Nodi. I should have rolled that elsewhere, but there you go. Hooray.
Nice that one.
Yep. So there's the miss. Here's the other one.
I love it when you miss.
You don't have to roll those into the tower, by the way. You can just roll the attack rolls onto the creature.
Oh, okay. That's fair. If that's the case then. Do the thing. Yeah, there we go. So that looks like a hit to me.
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead. It should tell you when. Oh, sorry. You can just drag onto the token on the battlefield, and it should just roll the.
Right, my brain completely fell out of my ears for a minute.
You're good. Don't worry about it, dude.
And so this one hasn't had a chance to attack yet. That's a crit, actually. Then. It's
Okay.
Assassin.
A dreadlord imposes.
Cool.
So
I'll give it its hit points
roll the
back, and
damage
you just
again.
hold shift and roll the damage again.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so Sundered Song, wham, nice. Sneak attack. Would this thing have noticed that I was there, or?
No, because there was a bush in the way.
Yes, suffer. Oh wow, that's a phenomenal amount of damage. I'm down with it.
Oh yeah, you rush out and slice this guy down real quick.
Hell yes. Just sort of comes to, so he literally just slides in, like goes for a wild swing, and it kind of misses over the creature's head. And as he brings his other hand forward, plunges it right into the creature's temple, and then twists with a crack to split its skull, and then finishes the slide momentum at the other end.
Press the advantage.
Oh damn, they really like you.
They do! Huzzah! They really love me. And after that, he's just gonna look up. What the hell's going on? And that's gonna be my turn.
They took Darvin!
Not Darvin!
Press the advantage.
And another advantage to Zarn. That's very nice.
You?
That is nice.
Ward
You know
number
what?
one.
May I?
Oh, yeah,
quickly, I
sorry,
realized.
yeah,
Do you have my
bonus
minor action still?
Bonus
I don't know why my
action, yeah.
brain is just not working.
You're good.
I'm gonna dash.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to get down towards Darvin the second he hears that. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 25, I guess, is as far as I can go because of the difficult terrain.
Okay.
And that's going to be him as he starts sprinting out afterward, like shouting, Darvin! And that's where we're going to end it.
Not Darvin.
Got the baby.
Ward number 2 sees Zarn right in front of him, and then turns to see Ashwell coming up behind him. And he is going to turn on Ashwell. That one.
Hooray! Get wrecked.
Ward mount number 1, so Ward and Bugbear, jump up the little cliffside here, and seeing Vaunt right there, are going to. Vaunt, how are you posted up?
Vance is reading a book when he realizes all this is happening. Like, God damn it.
They're gonna go ahead and charge at you. I'm gonna make the attack roll first. miss with the warg, and then the bugbear rider is going to try to give it to you with his sneak attack scimitar. Or not sneak attack, I don't know why I said that. His scimitar. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? That's
What?
so many d6s. Why was that? Why was that a billion d6s? What was going on there?
You're dead, little wizard.
You dead?
Well, I did my best. I'll see you all in therapy.
Oh, it seems like the fucking... This number is fucked. Okay, let's change that. Okay.
Nice Plankton reference, right?
I'll remember you all in therapy. Okay, let's get that right. There we go. And then I need a strength saving throw. Which... Oh, sorry, that was the wrong thing. That was the mount. That was my bad. Let me give you those hit points back. Now my brain's leaking out of my ears. Oh, it's 102 d6s on there for some reason. That's
What?
not right.
Jesus!
Derek really wants to kill me.
7 damage.
My sneak attack was bad.
As opposed to
Jesus.
70.
He does have sneak attack though. When it hits and has advantage on the attack roll, or when he's within 5 feet of an ally, which he is because he's on top of his warg. And that is just going to be an additional 3d6 damage. Oops, that was 4, so I'm going to drop. I'm just going to drop the last one, which is.
The Dreadlord imposes their will, the world shatters.
Thank you.
Disadvantage to Vaunt.
Wait, why are you giving everybody advantage? Give me fucking disadvantage. What did I do to deserve this?
Because fuck you.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so you.
Okay. God damn.
You roll out of the way of the warg as it tries to close its jaws around you, and that gives the rider the opportunity to sweep down with a scimitar and like slash into your chest and wrench you down, knocking you to the ground. Well, you were already kind of on the ground, but like giving you the prone effect.
That's it.
And nope. Sorry, I was getting that crossed out in my mind. That was the warg. You are not prone.
Excellent.
Yep. Good job, Derek. So the rider that is number 2, oops, I didn't mean to get both of them there. I just wanted these two. Is now on top of Kira. He is going to give you an attack roll. Actually, I'm going to have the warg go first because the warg does go first in the initiative order.
Oh boy.
That is a hit. So he deals a little bit of damage. And then a strength saving throw is required.
Okay.
Which you fail. And you are knocked prone.
Oh. What? I didn't get to roll a strength save.
Oh, I dragged the effect on you.
Oh, it
and I can-
automatically rolls.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Sorry.
Technically, I was already prone because I was asleep.
I was giving it to you, though, you know? I was going to give you the opportunity to
Fair.
not be.
Fair.
Unfortunately, though, this guy does get his scimitar attack with advantage because you are prone. That is going to be a hit, and that is going to be some sneak attack.
Oof. It's gonna hurt.
So that is going to be 7 plus, and then his sneak attack goes. Okay, so 7 plus, 22 damage.
Ooh, ow.
So that puts you at a total of 34, I believe. Ow! Shit! Yeah, so very viciously, they just charge in and start tearing into you, savaging you as brutally as they possibly can. And then the final one is going to run up on Zarn. Oops, I did it again. I made you believe. They are going to run up on Zarn, taking great care to avoid Hugger. they're going to take the difficult terrain that it's going to be to move around the tree. But they've got fucking like 50 feet of movement, so they're fine. Okay, that is going to be ward number 3, attempting the attack first. Does this guy have pack tactics? No, only the elf has pack tactics. It does not hit, and then the rider is going to attempt to attack you. Which does not hit either. You can just kind of hear them coming, and you easily deflect their blows with your greatsword. And that is when we go to Vaunt.
Excellent. Well, Vaunt looks around, takes a quick survey of his surroundings, and is like, fuck it. He's gonna use an action to summon his Ouroboros. And he's just gonna let that thing do whatever the fuck it wants to.
A dreadnought grants their strength.
Okay.
Men that grow in flesh.
Where did we put your boy?
Yes. I don't know. I do not know.
Oh, thank you, JJ.
JJ
Oh,
coming in
very
flush
nice.
with the heels.
Oh, here it
Yes.
is. It's on your actions.
Can I just like drag and drop the token? Is that how that works?
And... Ow.
Yes. There he be.
What does it look like when you make a manifest?
Since they're like tearing into him, his tattoo is just readily available for him now, so he just sort of like wrenches his hand into it and just like pulls some of the blood and flicks it onto the ground.
Apply healing to Kira. Thank you, JJ, for the heal. Yeah, the blood begins to sizzle and boil. The rain, like, making it into this big red puddle, and this hand plunges out from it, slams onto the ground, and then another one. And there's this hideous laughter of, like, a demonic horse as it retches out of the ground with this acidic foam boiling all over it.
And that was my action. Are you going to count that as casting a spell?
It's using an ability. Technically, it's using a magic item.
In that case, I am going to Misty Step away from this situation. Particularly up into a tree. Can I like see a point on this? The tree right below the bugbear rider that's harassing Kira. Can I like see a branch in that I can just teleport to?
100%.
Excellent. To the tree I go. Well, I was just gonna squat in the tree and be like, "Yes, my little equine demon, do your worst."
Yeah, so while it's like pulling itself out of the ground, I feel like you probably just like fall through the ground as well, and there's like a portal into the branches of the tree.
Yeah, just. I call that the old switcheroo.
It is the Alpha and the Huntmaster, and this is when shit gets really fucky, guys. Okay?
Oh,
So, the ward has a movement speed of 50 feet. So it's going to go ahead and move 100 feet away using the dash action. Then the Huntmaster is going to use a bonus action to make it move its movement speed away again. So it is now 150 feet off the map.
Oh boy. Goodbye, Darwin.
Goodbye, Jarvis. We're getting my dwarf back.
It's nice knowing you, Darwin.
You guys are like, oh well, I guess we did all we could.
Time to go back to sleep.
It is
Sacrifices were made.
Hugger.
Oh, what about the Ouroboros? I thought it acts on my turn.
Does it act on your turn? Okay. I'm sorry.
Or it acts at the end. It acts at the big, like between. I don't know. You said it acted like at the end of my turn or something like that.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, we'll put
No, you're good.
Put that just at 17 right there. Okay. I didn't think he was probably going to be doing anything on the opposite side of the map, so.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. He's gonna just savage this warg and this rioter in front of him. If I could, for some reason, it's not letting me pull up the NPC sheet.
Are you pulling it up from your character sheet?
From the spell, yeah. I'm like double clicking NPC Oribus and it's not letting me pull it up.
What about now? I just dragged it into the chat window.
Oh, if it dragged it in the chat window, yes, that's excellent. Okay. Well, oh, I just closed it because I'm a genius. Oh, okay, so he's going to, let's see. What did I give him? I gave him multi-attack. Lovely. What spells does he have? I don't remember. Haven't used him in a minute. Understandably so, because he's literally just going to attack anything that's closest to him. He's probably just going to make some melee attacks, so... how would I roll for him?
You see the slam thing where it says +7 to hit? That should be clickable,
Yeah.
and you should be able to drag that.
Oh, okay, that's nice. Okay. So he's going to attack the... He'll attack the rider first. He will make 2 with the slam against the rider. So that's a hit. And I'll go ahead and roll damage to make it easier. So 12 on the first attack. On the second attack... Oh, don't worry, I'll narrate this. Okay, he misses. And he's going to... Like, that caustic spit that was elaborated upon earlier, he's gonna, like, hawk up a glob and just, like, spit it right in this warg's face.
Grossest loogie ever.
Okay, so that's going to do 44 plus 3 acid damage. He'll do 16. So what he's going to do is he's going to, like, as soon as he comes up, he's going to recklessly slam his massive arm into the rider and probably break a few bones. He's going to swing again and miss, but as he's doing that, he's, like, hawking up this excellent loogie, and he just, like, spits it right in the warg's face and starts melting its face. Yeah, it starts melting its face off. And, he's fucking angry. He, since he's so loud, I'll say he lets out, like, that bellowing, unearthly roar to try to grab the attention of everything. He's on a warpath now.
Oh yeah, dude. Sick.
He also has telepathy up to 120 feet, so he can literally just taunt everything in Abyssal that's within range of him, including the player characters.
Everybody gets pissed off at the Ouroboros a little bit.
A little bit.
You're a fucking WoW fighter with that thing. Just like, everyone look at me! Come on!
Intimidating shout.
Yeah.
So the Render Hugger.
Yes.
He's a character. Not really able to command him in the same way that the Ouroboros could be, but you can give him a general inclination and make an Arcana check if you're trying to give him complex orders. How's that sound?
My pet's cooler than yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a demon from hell. Or the Abyss, rather. But you get the idea.
So his last order to it, or his last, his, I guess, thought directive, was literally was go, hunt, and kill, basically, the things I don't travel with. So we're not going for complex orders. I guess the way to break it down even simpler, if he could think of something, which he would as he would get up and be running.
I know exactly what he would do.
Yeah, kill strange things.
He saw you get attacked. He saw you get attacked, and he didn't like that. So he's just going to make a straight charge for the warg that tried to rip out your legs from under you. And you can make the attack rolls if you feel like it.
Oh, I would love to. I very much would love that. Okay, so get ready to get dunked on. Oh, that's the bite. Here comes the damage.
Crunch.
Oh god, I love that it's D10.
Don't forget to drag that strength save onto it too to see if he gets knocked prone.
Oh, thank you. That's a good point. Go down, child. Go down.
Render me friender.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it is successful, but you definitely... Yeah, he just chomped off one of this thing's back legs, like, in an instant.
It's probably not going to live through the next couple of attacks, because he has 2 more of these.
That was almost a 4, but instead it said, no, I'm going to be an 18.
Yep. Well, I feel bad for it because this is now coming at it. It's plus Jesus. So many dice. Yeah. So I imagine that Hugger sort of seeing the flashes of purple, and I imagine seeing like the eyes of Ashwell glowing purple in the back of its mind, sort of makes it like flash, and it sprints over, plows through the tree, just reaches over, grabs the warg. Like, the image in my head is it grabs it, lifts it, smashes it once, and just bites its head off like
Fuck
a
yeah.
fucking chocolate bar, and just tosses it aside.
Oh yeah, I love that. That's brutal.
Hungry.
That
And
is
so we'll just look up.
the boy.
Good. Just give it a nod.
Yeah, that's all the boy's gonna do this turn. Kira's turn.
Who's great?
Finally my turn. Okay, Kira is not happy about being assailed during their trance, during their beauty sleep. So as a free action, I'm gonna grab my weapon and my shield, and for my full action, what I'm gonna do, I am gonna hit this bugbear, or at least try to hit this bugbear.
Bless you.
Oh, on my character sheet, I have Vampiric Touch on D&D Beyond, but I don't have it in Fantasy Ground.
The spell?
Yeah.
I can add that for you real quick. Sorry, I guess I missed that one. Okay.
Oh no, you're fine. I have Animate Dead, Bestow Curse, Dispel Magic, Mass Healing Word, and Vampiric Touch.
Okay. You should have it now.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
You are totally fine. I'm gonna do it on the Bugbear Rider. Okay.
Definite hit.
Yep. So I'm gonna deal 11 damage to him and heal myself for 11.
Very nice. What does that look like?
Kira reaches out and just places their hand on his face, and like ice crystals travel up and start to crystallize, and snowflakes transfer between the two of them as they are reinvigorated.
Hell yeah.
And as a bonus action, I am gonna use my Winter Eladrin Face Step to move myself. Ooh, why is that a cone? Oh, I have the wrong tool selected. Teleport myself this way. They are not aware that Vaunt is up in the tree above them, and this bugbear needs to make a Wisdom save.
Oh, that way? Is that where you're going?
Yeah, actually, I'll have not the bugbear make a Wisdom save.
Movement or no? I'm confused.
That's from Face Step.
Got it. Okay, so bonus action that, and then.
Yeah.
And then.
They need to Wisdom save on the bugbear because Winter Eladrin, you sear one creature within 5 feet of you before you teleport.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah.
That is a failure. He is afeared. Would you mind dragging the effect onto Bugbear Rider number 2?
Okay.
Does it give any specific rules for? Oh wait, no, you don't have to do that. I can actually. I just
Yeah.
remembered that I learned. There's a frightened. Boop. There we go. And oh no, I dragged it onto you. I'm sorry.
You scared yourself?
Yeah, I'm not frightened of myself.
Oh shit, I didn't know I could teleport.
That's so edgy.
Let me.
Didn't know I was capable of this power.
How sick.
I can't believe it. Senpai taught me well.
Okay, I applied it to him.
Okay, and that is my turn. Kira's gonna see this demon that's just wreaking havoc over here and just be completely confused.
Yeah.
We should do a game of like a big eye, small mouth, where that's my character's voice the entire time. It's just like I summon a demo, nobody understands me.
Jesus.
No wonder Soul didn't invite me to play that.
All right, is that your turn, Kira?
Yes, that is all.
Okay, I need to remove Darvin from here. It is Zarn's turn.
I'm pissed.
Save the dwarf, Zard. Achieve your destiny.
He's 150 feet away, so...
You better start fucking running. You have an action surge, you can get there. Don't you fucking shake your head at me.
I'll go ahead and kill these guys to my side first, and then hopefully start tracking or regroup from there. Which one were those?
It is going to be number 3.
I hit the guy earlier with my scimitar instead of my sword.
Oh, oof.
Yep. That sucks. Not gonna make that mistake again. I'm gonna hit the bear first.
Kill.
Healthy bugbears.
Healthy for long. Whacking away, taking out all of my anger and frustration that my dwarf has been kidnapped on this guy.
You carve 2 huge rents into the bugbear's chest. He cries out in pain, and it is... Is that your turn?
Still alive.
Yeah.
Action search.
Okay.
This is all your fault. Die already.
Max damage.
Nice.
Yes.
You lop his head off.
And I use my last attack.
And you strike another blow following through in like a huge arc, carving into the warg. Anything else?
Fortunately, that is all I can do. Unless you want to let me get a free action to hit him again.
Sorry.
I'm just that bad.
You could burn your stronghold action, which is another action surge.
I gotta waste it on this random warg.
All right, Ashwell.
All right, so let's see. Seeing what's going on over here, Ashwell is going to. At this point, Darvin's just gone, right? Like,
yeah, you can't
well
even see him.
and
He's like into the forest and shit. Yeah.
Ashwell would look after where Darvin disappeared, grumble under his breath, "Damn it!" and then turn and then vault 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Vault over here, like literally sort of slide past the rock, take out the guitars. And as he does, he would send sort of like a renewed imperative to Hugger in his head and just sort of think, hunt what I hunt. And come in with his blades to chop at this warg and just say, "We gotta get your kid back, Zarn," and chop, going in for another set of stabs.
We have to get your son back.
My son!
That's my child!
My son!
Protect the child! I'm actually gonna take a quick look at something here, because, again, my brain is full of pudding today, and I want to make sure I get this right. So it's...
My alcoholic son.
He's just a baby who likes to drink a lot of liquor. Or,
A baby alcoholic.
I'm gonna burn one of my 2 advantages for this. So I'm gonna use some of this. Come on, buddy. Get stabbed. Okay.
Kaden dropped an air tag in his bag.
So that's a solid hit, and more importantly, also it triggers sneak attack because of advantage. So, and he is probably aware of me since I just slaughtered his friend. So I don't get like the crit, but I do just get normal damage. So
You won't need it with your sneak attack because you're getting that.
yeah, that's true. So first get chopped, and then get chopped.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Looking
that's
on
right.
life.
And then we have the other attack coming in. Okay. Going for the other stab. Nice.
There you go.
So again, literally just sort of leaps over the rock, goes in, first strike deep through the neck, tears, other strike comes through to cut it off completely, meeting the other guitar, and then just sort of landing on the ground. We gotta finish this up. And that's where I'm gonna end his turn since he hasn't. Actually, I'm kind of in the middle of the fucking open. It's not like I can hide effectively. All these creatures have night vision. I'm gonna use dash as my minor action, and try to get closer. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Okay, and we'll get right there. So much rough terrain.
Good map.
Yes. Keeps me
Dynamic
from
map.
sprinting across everything.
All right. That is going to take us to the Warg Mount over here. Seeing how this combat has gone and now a demon in front of them, the Bugbear Rider and his mount are going to attempt to scramble down off of here and run away. Would the Oro boss like to attempt to make an attack of opportunity against the Warg or the Rider?
Nick.
But while the warg's in bad shape, I think I'm better off trying to kill the warg.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll spit on it. Actually, what would be more helpful? Let me see what. Nah, I'm gonna slam. I'm just gonna smack the shit out of it when it tries to turn away from me.
Hit.
Yeah. Die. Filthy dog.
Oh, God.
As soon as it turns, it just slap the shit out of it, just punch it.
Oh yeah, so the Rider is going to need a dexterity saving throw now, being thrown from his mount. Which he nat ones, and instantly falls to the ground, and is prone. I will give him the prone effect.
Yikes.
Orbos looks down at him and is like, you're mine now.
It's the fucking meme with the frog, where like he's like knocked down and like the person standing over him, but it's the Ouroboros.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that meme guy, PP the Frog. I think that's
PP
his
the
name.
PP the Frag.
PP the Frag.
Hey, old PP the Frag, yeah.
I gotta love me some PP the Frag.
PP the
Guys
Frag.
are sitting here.
Correction, guys are so weird.
Yes,
True.
this is true.
This Bugbear and Rider definitely also saw how that combat went. They are going to try to make their escape. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and they make it off the map.
Mon doesn't care, he's hanging out in a tree. Hopefully they don't know he's there, but...
I don't think they did. Yeah.
How high up in the tree is Vaughn? I'd imagine it'd be like 7 to 10 feet up.
We'll say 10.
10? Okay. He's gonna like slide down the tree. He's gonna go walk over to this fucking bugbear that had the audacity to fall prone. Gonna like walk on over. I'll go like right here, I suppose. Well, what do we have here?
I'm gonna go ahead and change the music.
A
Some good
pathetic
curb
little
stomping
goblin with their sock puppet full of bones. You look over at the warg that was just had its face mashed in.
music.
In Undercommon, the bugbear screams at you and moves to scramble to his feet. But I mean, it's still your turn.
You know that scene from Resident Evil 8, where like Lady Dimitrescu like grabs him. That's what my Oribus is gonna do.
Yeah.
Ethan Winters.
The huge, furry yet scaly arm of the Ouroboros like reaches out and wraps itself around this goblinoid, bringing him close by the neck and just making that hideous, demonic, horsey sound right in its face.
Demonic horsey sound.
Yeah. It's like a whinny, but it's like you like based it down like 10 octaves.
And shrill up the treble real bad.
Ooh. And whilst the Oribus is distracted, he's gonna like try to just recapture it into his chest, so like he doesn't have to worry about trying to like tame this fucker later.
Yeah, the Ouroboros is gonna make a saving throw? Is that how we decided that functions?
It's all up to you.
I mean, it is a demon, and it does have something it wants to kill, so yeah, it's definitely gonna resist that.
Okay, I could make like an Arcana check or something, unless you want it to be against my spell save DC.
Let's roll off. You roll an Arcana check, and I'll roll a Wisdom save.
Ah. Tower time.
You don't want to go back.
Well, I guess I'll just use my inspiration. Since you know nobody in the chat gave me advantage or anything, that's fine. Disadvantage, sorry, that's right.
That's
But
even
here,
worse.
Great.
Yeah. Chat alert.
Damn.
So you're what, like extending your hand out to try to rebind this demon in front of you, and as you are extending your presence out to it, you can feel one of its eyes like roll over and look at you.
Not until I have had my fun.
Kill this one, and then 2 others went east, so hurry up.
On the Ouroboros' turn, it puts one of its big claws on one arm, wraps the other around the other, and pulls this bugbear apart above him, showering himself in blood and viscera. And the bugbear...
Mont just standing with his hands behind his back, like...
The bugbear is no more.
Bont would just point in the direction where the other 2 went.
Don't send that thing after my dwarf. He's gonna kill him too.
No, not the dwarf. The ones that were, the ones that took off and headed east. It would be funny if he sent the Ouroboros after.
What's the Ouroboros' speed?
40. So I can move pretty quick.
He's not gonna be able to catch up.
Well, you can try.
Okay.
Blair Witch's way after them a bit.
After a few minutes of giving chase, the Ouroboros will return empty-handed.
That fucking bugbear's running for his goddamn life.
See this horse demon just like bipedally running at him, like, ooh.
As Elise so eloquently put it, yeah. They're all out sprinting 50 feet of movement with the warg and moving as fast as they can through the woods and whatnot. The rest of the party, what are you guys doing?
Cursing. Cursing everything. My dwarf. He's gone.
What happened? What was that?
No, well, it looked like the same things we fought earlier. Damn bugbears and their
No.
orgs.
Move him over here. No.
Go over there, you're antisocial.
Go eat a tree or something. That'll help you calm down.
Touch grass.
Touch grass, yeah.
Yeah, they went over. They snagged Darwin and ran. I'm guessing they're the same folks that were hunting him. Yeah. Looks over to Hugger. I don't know why they'd take Darwin though. Maybe the magic.
No, but clearly this was planned.
Where's Whisper?
There's a soft padding, and you can hear climbing out of the tree trunk that you're next to, Kira, is Whisper.
Smart.
Thank goodness.
Well done.
Should have let Vaunt take first watch, then maybe they would have just taken him instead.
Yeah, right. We should have done that.
He just shake his head like I'm not even in the mood to retort to that.
We should go after them. Try to catch up.
Poor idea.
We'll be able to track them this rain.
If we head right into their territory, that's exactly what they would want us to do, don't you think? This was planned. Just because they're goblinoids doesn't mean they're stupid.
Perhaps it would just be best to hold the funeral.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, newcomer.
Well, we're planning on going to curb stomp this troll in anyway. I mean...
Yes, so let's go in right when they're expecting us. What a good idea. No, we rest and we wait. If the dwarf is going to die, he'll be dead by the time we get there regardless.
I don't think they're gonna kill him. They would have done it already. Not like carrying a struggling person is exactly easy. Easier to carry a corpse or just not worry about it, so... I do agree with finishing our rest and going. Just all speed with daylight.
Very well.
Begrudgingly, Zahn beds down for the evening with the rest of you. Party takes a long rest, and the last thing we will do for the session is going to be a skill check. We need 6 successes, folks.
Oof.
Ooh.
Before we get 3 failures.
Perception to try to track him down. So
Okay.
I'll use one of my advantages. Actually, I'll hold off on the advantage for this. I still have my my inspiration in case.
I'm going
do
to
you want me to
impose
use the dice tower?
disadvantage that Odie gave me. Yep.
Okay. You do the dice tower. You know if it's good or bad, because I will inspiration it if I need to.
Are you going to be burning one of the advantages that you were given to counteract the disadvantage? Otherwise, I'm going to need you to roll another one.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the disadvantage from Odie.
That was like at the very beginning of the session. Odie said, "Let's make it spicy." Before he.
Oh,
gave
I
you
already
the
rolled that for my first attack roll. That's
Oh,
when I
you
got,
did?
Like, the
Oh,
utter
okay.
shit.
Normally,
Yeah, you did.
okay, that's fine then. Never mind. Normally, I hold on to those, but that's fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought it was the next. I thought it was my next attack, not a random one. My apologies. If that's
You're
the case, then I will roll disadvantage. I'll counteract one of my.
No, you're good. You already did it.
advantages.
You already did it. You're good. You already applied.
All
it.
right.
You're good.
Okay. So reroll, no reroll.
That is a success.
Okay.
So you find the trail is how I would narrate that success, and then you can tell me how you do that.
He would likely just sort of, as he's looking, both with his eyes and sort of holding out his guitars like dowsing rods and letting them sort of guide him, like they always kind of do. Only this is a little bit of a more subtle one, not yanking him along a battlefield, but kind of like gently positioning him to where he needs to go, and eventually he'll come across the trail, partly from his own perception and partly from these things sort of pulling him to where they think he needs to be before he sort of stows them away. I got something.
What is the something?
Trail. Sort of gesture to it. I assume it's like just where all the battered, broken twigs and like the ruts in the ground from the wargs
You
running.
see a broken piece of Darvin's pauldron, like in the muck, sticking out.
Well, that's something. And I turn it over to someone else.
I used athletics, move ahead of the party, and just help the path clear.
Sure. That is another success. How do you narrate your success? Like chopping down trees and shit?
Take out my greatsword.
Your newly enmagicked greatsword. You did get a magic greatsword, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought so. I made sure I applied it before the session, but I was like, I need to double check, but
Yeah.
I forgot. Yep. So it cuts through branches and bushes like butter. No problem. You keep a clear path for the party. Who would like to go next?
I'll go.
All right.
Perception.
Okay. Ooh. That's two
Sounds like a nat-
successes.
Ooh, yay.
It was a nat 20.
Oh, yeah! I was gonna say that sounds like a nat 20! Woo!
Yay.
Sick.
So what do you find that is so beneficial to the party?
Is the puppy good at sniffing?
Let's see. Not particularly. Does not have keen anything, no. But I mean, I guess in
Okay.
theory. A weirdly shaped nose.
In if we're going just like, for storytelling purposes, perhaps the bugbear, it lost an article or an accessory like a necklace or a bracelet.
Sure. Yeah. We'll say that it lost like a little manacle or something that is a very crude interpretation of a map leading from like how to get back if you go off the road, how to get back to their base.
So it's literally like just like a little dotted line on on a rock with like X marks the spot.
Yep, exactly.
Lovely.
Perfect.
We got 4 successes. Wonderful job, Kira. We need 2 more.
Woo.
Vaughn.
The only thing that Vaughn could think to do is, well, like, I don't know if he could send his familiar out in the rain. Well, it's still raining, isn't it? Or is that just a...
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely still raining, yeah.
I guess Vaughn's gonna have to go on foot and do some investigation, see, like, what he's trying to investigate is how close they are to their territory, and, like, how ready they are for them. Because that's what Vaughn suspects, is just like, yeah, we are smack dab in the middle of their territory, quote-unquote, and they are just waiting. So, is investigation applicable?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That is another success. What do you discover that is so helpful to the party?
I know bugbears from the Forgotten Realm, so just stop me if I'm stepping over. Bugbears really like to hang up trophies of things that they killed. They like to hang up skulls and all sorts of, like, bones and stuff like that. Do I see any bone charms or ornaments or anything like that around?
100%. Yeah, no, that translates perfectly. Yeah, you start seeing like fetishes tied to trees, like people that they took from the caravans lashed to like trunks that have been hewn to show up. Like you're off the road by this point. You guys have been traveling for like, this is the next day, like probably a good 8 hours of journeying and trying to keep this path. And yeah, like you have come to where you are pretty sure is like well within their territory. They have markings around. You can even see some like abandoned like watch posts in some trees in a couple of places.
Okay. And if I remember correctly, I think that they also set them up as like ways to alert everybody, so like bone chimes getting rattled and stuff like that would, and so Vaughn would have that information, so they don't just like walk right into a trap.
Yeah, I think that you probably find like some rope tied between two trees. That would be like a tripwire, and upon investigation, you can quickly deduce that these huge nets of boulders on either sides of the trees would be loosed by it to squish whoever tried to go through.
Lovely. Ingenuity at its finest.
Which would have been what happened if you failed the roll.
Awesome. Death.
And who wants to bring us home, guys?
Don't mind if I do the last one? Well,
By all
presumably,
means.
hopefully
it's
the
your-
last.
It's your baby.
It's your dwarf.
Would like to do a history check. See what information I like to inhabit.
Okay.
Like cave, or, you know, what specific.
Sure thing.
I will use advantage.
Okay,
too.
you should. You should do that thing. That is the final success. So I will show the map that we will be getting to next week. As you deduce that it is very well known that bugbears will typically want to find a place that is like a corner, somewhere that they will safely be able to put their backs against and fight out of and defend should the need arrives. With this information, you follow the river, and when you come to a clearing on the riverbank, from across you can see a waterfall. And on either side, because you guys didn't have a single failure, I will say, you can see 3 bugbears, one on each side and then one kind of in the middle, all of them hidden away. And that is where we will end the session.
Woo!
Yeah, baby.
Good job, you guys. That was awesome.
Heck yeah.
Time to kill.
Kill all the bugbears. Not just the bugbear men, but the women and the children.
The children too.
All right.
Revenge for Darwin.
Vengeance for Darwin!
All right. Well, let's go through our shout outs, homies. Natalie, you want to start us off?
Sure.
I don't even see the mic thing. Okay, there you go.
Okay. Once again, you can find me here on Saturdays playing this and or possibly taking a hiatus from Twitter. Back of it. Got it?
Very cool. Thank you for being here. I love you. Thank you for making dinner. It was really good. Omni.
Hey everyone, I am the Last Omnitect, your favorite robot American, and if you're not sick of hearing that, you can find me on twitch.tv/thelast-omnitect on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, all at 10:30 a.m. EST. On Thursdays and on Saturdays until about 2. On Wednesdays until about around 12:30, 12:45, running a live play Let's Stream, a live play AS Wilds of Glaswall thing I'm doing on Wednesdays. Super excited for that. The AS Caltrop Core game, and I think it's one of the first Caltrop Core live plays. I think I'm number 3. I think there's 2 others ahead of me.
I beat you. Haha.
Yes.
Get fucked. Sorry, go on.
No, it's all right. In addition to doing the world, I'm doing Thursdays, I'm doing the Breakfast Club, which is a chill hangout time. Bring your breakfast or just come in to hang out. As I have breakfast, we play video games, draw, world build casually. There's no agenda, it's just hanging out and being comfy with the community. And then Saturdays is my official world building stream, which I'm calling Stellar Forge, which I work on sci-fi fantasy settings and anything that I would be working on, generally. And moving forward, I'll be uploading all those to YouTube in their own playlists. And I'm also going to be opening my Patreon, hopefully soon again, where all the art that I do every month will arrive on as wallpapers. And if you're son of an even higher level, then you can even get coupons to my Redbubble store to get it on cool merch. So that's me.
Very cool, man. Well, thank you for being here, like always. Much love to you, Omni.
Always a pleasure, buddy.
Dude. All right, folks. That's going to take us down to Elise. What's up, homie?
Hello, friends. You can find me at Van Helsing Art on Twitter and Instagram. Mentioned at the beginning that that's going to be changing, so I'll let you know when it does. Follow me for art things and more fun things coming in the future.
Very cool. Absolutely. Follow Hal. Or, sorry, not Hal. Elise. Sorry. Force of
Yeah.
Habit.
Oh, no, it's okay. Old name. Fine. Don't worry.
Follow Elise. Makes awesome shit. Fantastic artist. Much love. Thank you for being here, dude. Red, what's up, dude?
Hello, I'm Red. I'm one of the 3 primary colors. Yeah, I really like working with Van here. You know, I like and the. I guess that applies to both of you. No, wait, no, okay. And DMDM, yeah, DMDM here, yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and Ledzosa, of course. But yeah, I wrote a book, so read that, please. Well, it's not out yet. Read it when it does come out, please. Here you go. There's a link to that. I am a streamer here on Twitch. I do Wednesday streams where I'm playing through the entirety of the Telltale Walking Dead series. I'm on episode 4 of season 1, so come by if you want to watch me cry. And Fridays I play Magic and talk about Magic spoilers because it's spoiler season, so I got to talk about spoilers. But yeah, I might even read some Magic web fiction at some point on the stream. I don't know. It depends what folks want. Somebody suggested that I don't remember who it was, but thank you for the suggestion. Somebody suggested that I read my book on the stream. I was like, that's a cool idea.
Awesome.
But you wouldn't buy it. You wouldn't buy it, so.
Oh, rip.
Bit of an issue there, huh?
So do a
Teasers.
Patreon. You should do it in Patreon videos or something.
True. You know what I should do? I should make. Well, I'm gonna like make you feel like you have to buy the book so you can read along with me.
Ooh, there you go.
Oh.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna listen to your reading of it while I'm working on stuff,
Yeah.
or in driving, so I can like have nothing else to focus on and just listen to you.
Just read
Make an
small
audiobook?
That's the way to get through that's how you get through the Horus Heresy. You drive places and you listen to the audiobooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm on Twitter and stuff too, so follow me. I do art stuff too every now and then.
Oh, yeah.
I do all sorts.
Multi-talented individual, very quick to pick things up, as they say. Thank you for being here, Red. Love you, dude. You're awesome.
Of course, Phil, I love you too.
Well, thank you again to all my players. Thank you to everybody in chat for being here, spending those souls, making it rain up in here. I love it. I love hearing Red's voice go off with the fucking effects and shit. It's so fucking cool, man. I love it.
Dreadlord imposes their will. It's the end of the stream.
Yeah, it is the end of the stream. We're gonna raid into Dogfaced Gamer. He's a really nice guy. Does a lot of really fun horror games and stuff like that, so stick around for that. Tomorrow I will be streaming Irizumi, the Caltrop Core actual play hosted by Lost Haven Art on Twitter. Gonna be getting into some Yakuza Trouble. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Can't wait for that. I am taking most of this week off of streaming. When I say most, I mean I don't have any streams scheduled for the next 5 days, Monday through Friday. If I do stream, it's just gonna be like, I feel like it, why not? So I'm not gonna announce anything about that. If you see me, I'll see you then. Friday, super hyped to say that we have a new limited series hosted by Sarah S. Moore AD on Twitter. It is a Lord of the Rings actual play It is the Coda 2d6 system. It's going to be a lot of fun. They just did their session 0 for that last night. Fantastic group of femmes. Super excited to be able to provide a platform for a bunch of people that, some of which I don't think have ever even really gotten to play a tabletop game for any extended period of time. So really excited to give some people that chance to play a game and have fun on stream with people. JJ, one of our most loved chatters here, is going to be one of those people, and that's going to be awesome. Can't wait.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then I believe we're doing Covet again next week. So stick around for that while we get Darvin back, because got to get the boy.
That is our sole objective now. Nothing else matters.
Dead or
Big
alive?
ends when we get Darvin back. That's the goal.
Dead or alive?
No,
In pieces
just
or all
alive.
No, dead or alive's fine.
No. Gonna come back with him. You'd be like, oh yeah, no, he was totally dead when I found him. Yep.
He was dead the whole time.
No, Kira's gonna get him and she'll just cast Animate Dead on him and be like, here, he's fine. Take him back. He's fine.
Beer.
I sounded like this.
Yeah, he was
Found him
just like
animated.
this. I don't know what. Yeah, I found.
Jesus.
All right. Well, thank you again to everybody for being here. We love y'all. We appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. for Irizumi. Good night, everybody.
Peace, everyone.
Night.